Hello, everybody, and welcome to the United Stand. It's a big night, of course. We've got the protests, and that is the big feature. We'll be bringing you updates on that and hopefully have some footage for you. But it is Manchester United versus Liverpool as well. And obviously that means, we assume the game is going to go ahead. It's a very fluid situation, isn't it? We've been in this road before. We've had Man United, Liverpool before, and we've sat and seen the game called off before. I don't think we're expecting that tonight, but we will keep you updated with that. There is a bit of a leaked lineup coming out. I've got to tell you that. There is a bit of a leaked lineup coming out. We'll see if it's correct, but we've gone live a little bit early because there is a bit of a leaked lineup, and it is De Gea, Dalot, Varane, Martinez, Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Bruno, Martial, Rashford, and Sancho. Now, if that is the team, I don't agree with dropping Ronaldo. I don't agree with anybody dropping Ronaldo. I think that's a bad idea. I think Maguire does deserve to be dropped, but funnily enough, was probably not one of the worst players against Brentford, even though he wasn't that good. How Bruno gets to play, Fred gets to play, McTominay gets to play, answers on a postcard. I absolutely cannot understand how you would watch that game last week and Brighton and decide to go with McTominay, Fred, and Bruno. What Garner, Van der Beek and Eriksen have done, I've got absolutely no idea. So if that is the team, I'm stunned, and I think we will lose because that midfield is shocking, and we've seen it time and time again. But hopefully not. I also think Luke Shaw's very lucky, very, very lucky. I mean, if I was Malacia, I would be sat there going, what am I doing at this football club? You've brought me in, had a good pre-season. Luke Shaw has played like a bag of shit the first two games, and I'm still not getting dropped. So, look, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But Martial is in for Ronaldo and Maguire is out for Varane. But Luke Shaw, Bruno and McFred play. Make it make sense. But the manager is the manager. And also, I don't agree with Ronaldo being dropped, but I'm not going to moan about it because the manager is the manager and that's the way it's got to be. So also, as I say, lots going on. Make sure you smash a like and get involved in the chat today. Loads going on. We'll give you some updates on what's going on with the protest as well. I'm sure a lot of you are seeing it on social media. It's just very important if you're posting on social media today and you see something about the protest, give it a retweet. There's stuff on the United Stand. There's other people putting stuff out there. And make sure you put hashtag Glazers out. You know, we've got to make the most of this. This whole empty Old Trafford was never going to work. I've got Sky on at the moment, and there's people in Old Trafford. You were never empty in Old Trafford. It was a very, very noble cause, but it was never going to happen. The protests are what it's all about at this stage, and I love to see loads of people getting in the chat there. As a little bit of a bonus, we have got Boohoo Man sponsoring the show. I'm in my Boohoo Man active wear, lovely United colours as well, but this is actually a Boohoo Man top that you can get. We're sponsored by Boohoo Man Active on the show, and today is the 100th show that Boohoo Man have sponsored on the United Stand. 100 shows, Boohoo Man. They've been a very, very good partnership for us. They always get involved with the audience and give you quizzes and stuff. But because of that, they're giving you more than a quiz. They're giving the United Stand audience the chance to win a huge £800 voucher to spend on anything you like on the Boohoo Man website. So an £800 voucher. Amazing. Entering the competition couldn't be easier as well. All you've got to do is either scan the QR code next to me, that's on the screen with your camera phone, or hit the link in the description, fill in the form. The competition ends on at 12 o'clock on Monday, a week today. At that time, all the entries will be collected and the winner of the £800 voucher will be chosen at random for me to announce on the evening show on Tuesday, the 30th of August. If you can't wait to find out if you've won the competition, then you can always use the code Goldbridge to get an extra 10% off everything Boohoo Man site, including that are already on the sale. But look, big shout out to Boohoo Man. They've been with us for a while now. Actually, I've visited their factory and everything, which is based in Manchester. So big shout out to Boohoo Man. £800 voucher, QR code, scan it, or go through the link in the description. An £800 voucher is going to be won by one of you. This is an exclusive United Stand competition, an £800 voucher with Boohoo Man. Thank you very much to Boohoo Man for supporting the show. And don't forget to enter. Don't forget to enter. You could be wearing one of these, boys or girls. Get on with it. Okay, let's have a look at what people are saying in the chat. Did you hear Souness on Talk Shit saying Casemiro is just a steady Eddie player? Says Anthony Jury. I wouldn't say I'm too. I don't really remember Souness. Really, I was too young. But I'd say Casemiro was better than Souness. He won't like that, but look. Graham Souness was actually a good player in his day. If you speak to your grandparents, if they're still alive, they'll tell you about Souness. Nobody under the age of 45 is going to tell you about Souness because that's how long ago he was playing. But in relation to that, Souness was good, but Casemiro's won numerous Champions Leagues. Like, how we can say he's a steady Eddie player, I don't know. Mark, maybe he wants to go with the players that performed in the friendlies, says Jack. And did you hear Souness on? Yeah, I've done that one. Welcome to the Members Club, the Batman, and hurt to do it, but I triple captain Mo Salah for this one, Mark, says Sean. He's talking about his FPL. And there's cave paintings of Souness, says Matthew Gartell. I like it. Right. You're a very handsome man, says Ryan. Thank you very much, Ryan. I'd like to return the favour, but you're just a super chat, so I don't know. Mark, maybe he wants to go with the players that performed in the friendlies. Look, we haven't had the official team news out. We will have it in 4 minutes' time, but we believe that Maguire and Ronaldo have been dropped. Now, if that is to be the case, and Casemiro is not starting because he's not officially a Man United player yet, he's at Old Trafford. He's going to get unveiled before the match. Let's call that what it is as well. That is Glazer tactics to get people in the ground. Oh, look at Casemiro. We've got no points from 6. They're desperately trying to keep hold of the club, buying players like Casemiro. See it for what it is. Glazers out. They make me so angry every time I think about them. Glazers out. Get them out of this football club. It feels like PR spin, says MI. A hype and transfer gossip has been huge over the weekend. Has the Glazer out movement lost steam over the weekend? No, not at all, MI. You know, I wouldn't lie to you anyway, but I really do feel that there is a momentum, a definite momentum over the weekend, over the Casemiro signing. And Andrew, I really do. Sorry, Emma, I do. Andrew Rossi says, starting McFred does nothing positive. A win and the farce continues. A loss does damage to Eric Ten Hag's reputation. No win scenario by starting them, says Andrew Rossi. Do you think Arnold told Casemiro the green and yellow is for Brazil, says Sean O'Rourke. Look, I think at the end of the day, look, we'll see what happens, but I just think that, we've got to see what happens with these protests today, and we just got to keep it up. We really got to keep it up, and we've got to come up with more ideas as well. The coverage is there, the exposure is there. In general, the unity is there. I've got to say, in general, I've been really impressed with what we've done, but we've got to keep it up. I'm just putting a tweet there. And Luke Shaw is extremely lucky, isn't he? I'm just waiting to see if we have got the team news. The fans chasing Casemiro is the type of reaction the Glazers want, says Nathan. Yeah, I think Nathan's talking there. I don't know whether anybody saw it earlier, that we had footage of Casemiro going into the ground and numerous United fans chasing him. I mean, this is what we're talking about, isn't it? We all talk about how we want to see Manchester United, playing in a way that's, Man United fans behaving in a way that's unified. But even if you have United fans playing in a way that's unified, you're still going to get those fans who, just are in the superstore. They are chasing the players. I mean, I could sit here and tell you that such and such player is not fit to wear the shirts, and yet there will be 100 United fans if they're at Old Trafford chasing them for an autograph and a photo. It's just football, isn't it? They're rock stars to many, and that's all they can say. But the protesters will be heading off to the ground now from the Tollgate pub. There's been a few little clips going out that we've seen so far. August 22nd, 2022, funeral from McFred. You won't be missed as a pair, says Joshua. This is a game where the crowd should let this lot know what they think, says Michael Petty. Well, this is something I wanted to bring in as well. I'm sure many of you have read this as well and seen this. The plan is to get the whole ground singing the Glazers Out song. I think you all know what it goes like. So, you're going to have your ears on for the game. That is, there will be a lot of noise, and it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. Taking the average lifespan into account and how old the Glazers are, and the fact they took 166 million since 2016 from a United, a £5 billion payday makes sense for them to sell, but something is keeping them here, Is it power, says Gaz? I think it's the fact that they know that there's a lot more money to be made out of Manchester United, whether it's from a Super League or whatever. This club needs to move on from those two prats in the midfield and stop trying to prove they're good players. They've had enough chances to prove it. So we should have the team news out. I'm just about to get it for you now officially. Obviously, I expect it to go the same way as the leaked team. Again, Manchester United unable to... so it is, as we said, it's De Gea, it's Delo, it's Martinez, it's Varane. Malacia over Shaw. Okay, so Luke Shaw is not starting. McTominay and Eriksen, Bruno, Sancho, Alanga, and Rashford. So Martial doesn't start. Martial's on the bench. Wow. So I don't know. I am stunned by that. I really am. It's not even what I thought it was going to be. The club needs to move on from those two practices, Nate. So it's not even what. So basically, let me get this right. The team is, and we should have it on the screen for you in a minute. I'm a little bit big on the screen, I think, Dorothy. When I sit normal, it takes off the top of my head. No, that's all right. Just I needed to say that while I just gather my thoughts. I still didn't give me time to gather my thoughts. I'm trying to get my team. I'm trying to get my head around this. So yeah, the team is De Gea, Delo, Varane, Martinez, Malacia. Now that's right. The back five, no problem. Luke Shaw needed to get dropped. Harry Maguire needed to get dropped. So the back four is absolutely spot on. But the midfield of McTominay, Eriksen, and Bruno, well, I suppose McTominay is where Casemiro will go. So I suppose you can see the future in that. But Alanga, Sancho, and Rashford, and benching Martial and Ronaldo, I don't know. So the bench is Maguire, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Fred, Van der Beek, Garnacho, Martial, and Ronaldo. I'm really disappointed that he's going to play Rashford down the middle, isn't he? But I'm really disappointed that Firmino's back for Liverpool as well. I haven't looked at the Liverpool team yet. That's just gone past the screen. We'll have a look in a minute. But I am disappointed with that United lineup. But look, the manager is the manager. I could be fuming. I could be banging the table. You know, in a different world, I would be. You know, I would be. If this was Ranić or Oli, I'd be losing my shit about no Ronaldo. But I want Ten Hag to do well. I back Eric Ten Hag. I want him to do well. I don't agree with some of his team selections tonight. I really don't agree with Alanga or Rashford starting ahead of Martial or Ronaldo. I don't agree with that. And Rashford needs to have a good game tonight because he's been crap for ages. So, look, I think in some ways he's made the right decisions. I think dropping Luke Shaw, spot on. And I'm a big Luke Shaw fan. He had to be dropped for Malacia. There's a viable option there. Maguire for Varane makes sense if you want to play a high line. I worry about McTominay in the midfield. I really do. I think he's a bag of shit, to be honest with you. But, you know, let's hope it's a Liverpool game. He might do something. But Alanga, Sancho, and Rashford, I just don't see how that will work. I really don't see it working because Alanga's just not been playing well, has he? I mean, Rashford might do something. Sancho might do something. But Alanga, I haven't seen a hint of Alanga doing something for 6 months. I'm really surprised that he's gone. And I like Alanga again, but I just don't think he's good enough. I'm really surprised he hasn't started Martial if he's dropping Ronaldo. Donny will probably have to break every Man United midfielder's leg in training, says Nathan Allen. Rashford up front, what on earth is Ten Hag doing? He's literally seen Palace catch them with pace with Zaha. Difference is Zaha can finish and run with the ball, says Sean Turner. We found out how Eriksen worked as a CDM last week against Brentford. We already know how good McTominay is, says B. Yakov. Pavan says, Jim leveraged most of his own assets to fund the growth of his main company. You really need your own research, Mark, before you brainwashing people. You'll buy United and put them in loads of debt to fund other investments, says Pavan. I don't think Sir Jim Radcliffe will do that, actually, mate. What are you just Richard Arnold under a different name? I think he started Alanga over Ronaldo because he'll track back at left wing, says Daniel Rubio. And I'm in New York, putting a shift in the humid sweat to prove it. Give us all you got. We're good for now, says US. Okay, that midfield's going to get smoked, says Troy. Well, I suppose the next thing we need to do is just have a quick look at the Liverpool team. So we're talking about the team news coming in. It should be up on the screen for you anyway, but it's De Gea, Dalot, Varane, Martinez, Malacia. No problems with the back five at all. Some would say De Gea deserves to be dropped, but at the end of the day, he's not. He's not. We haven't really got an alternative, have we? But then McTominay, Eriksen, and Bruno. I mean, what you've got to call it for what it is. I like Bruno, but what does he do to get picked every week as well? And then that front three really does worry me. Liverpool aren't as weak as last week. I was just looking at their centre back. Have they played Phillips? No, they played Gomez and Van Dijk, so they're quick. Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Milner, Henderson, Elliott. Now that midfield's not that strong. That's not particularly strong for Liverpool. Milner, Henderson, and Elliott. It's very different to Fabinho, Thiago, and Henderson. So there is a bit of a vulnerability to Liverpool there. Salah, Firmino, and Diaz, very, very good. Fabinho is on the bench. Carvalho is on the bench. And then they've not got a lot of quality on the bench, Liverpool, actually. We've probably got a stronger bench. They've got Fabinho, Adrian, Samiskas, Cavallo, Clark, Bacicec, Phillips, Vandenberg, and Davies. So again, I looked at this with Man City yesterday. They didn't really have a lot of depth on the bench, and Liverpool don't have a lot of depth on the bench either. So there might be an opportunity there. Mark, you what, mate? Cool. Mark, I have a better chance of getting selected to the main team than Donny, says Ram. Shout out to my girlfriend Holly, who hates football and now has to watch it with me, says Alexander. Yeah, big shout out to Holly. To be fair, Eric couldn't do much. Only thing we can question is Alanga. Other than that, I don't see what else he could do, says Deng. Mark, are you happy with the team, says Mikael Roach. The team is too attacking, says Connor. I don't think it's a very attacking team at all, actually. So my thoughts on the team are this. The team I would have selected, I would have gone with the same back five. Happy with the back five. Got no problem with the back five at all. Dalot, De Gea, Martinez, Varane, and Malacia. Happy with the back five. The midfield three, not happy with. Eriksen, Bruno, and McTominay. I actually would have played Fred, Van der Beek, and Eriksen and dropped Bruno and McTominay. There you can see Old Trafford, people heading down to the protest at 7 o'clock. So, yeah, I would have had Fred, Van der Beek, and Eriksen and dropped Bruno and McTominay. So that's what I would have done there. And my front three never would have been Sancho, Rashford, and Alanga. I worry about Alanga. I don't know where this Alanga selections come from. It makes no sense. So I hope he's going to have a good game because I've not seen Alanga do anything for ages. I think it's almost like playing with 10 men if he does what he's been doing for the last few weeks. So we need a big performance from Alanga. But I think the way we're set up is we've looked at Palace last week and gone, let's try and hit them on the break with pace. And that's why Alanga's in. Because he's fast and Rashford's fast. So I think we're trying to hurt them with the pace. I really do. And I think we're going to see a lot of long balls from Bruno. I don't think this is going to play out. I mean, I want to just take some notes for the match reaction. Do we play Ten Hag ball? And I think that's really important. We'll have the stats on the screen for you, as you know. But will we get 70% possession tonight? We'll have to wait and see. Get your thoughts in. Sean says, Rashford up front. What on earth is Erik Ten Hag doing? He's literally, Jim, we've done as well from Pavan. What would be your ideal realistic outcome for tonight's games? Is 137. A win. I think the chances of United winning are probably the same as drawing. I think if we have a good performance, we'll probably get a good result. But I do think Liverpool will win. I've gone 2-0 to Liverpool. And I also feel that our season starts against Southampton. I think Casemiro will be there. Hopefully Anthony will be there. And we can start to get rid of more of the shit from this starting 11. Do you think that McTominay can keep his yellow card streak going? Oh, 100%. 100%. Yakov, you make a very good point. I haven't even thought about it. Whatever you think about Scott McTominay's limitations as a footballer, he's 100% going to be a yellow card in this game. I mean, he is a passion merchant. Skibby Dick. Why picking Rashford over Ronaldo? Says Show. I mean, look, I don't want this to turn into the Ronaldo show because, one, we're playing Liverpool, and more importantly, it's about the protesters and everything that's going on with the Glazer out movement, which is our number one focus, of course. I think talking about Ronaldo takes us away from that. But I think Elanga and Rashford are playing for pace. I'm surprised he's not picked Martial. Very surprised he's not picked Martial. Ronaldo in a game like this, maybe I would always pick Ronaldo. Bruno Fernandes as captain's a farce, an absolute farce. I believe he is the captain, but yeah, I mean, Bruno's no leader. He's had his chance last time, and I wouldn't put Bruno. I wouldn't have started Bruno. And look, I get called a Bruno hater, but I'm not. You know, Bruno's a player I absolutely love, but I don't think he deserves to play. Do you think McTominay can? Yeah, I think that. I do think that. Mark, who do you think will play as the number 6? McTominay, Anshaman, and odds of Anthony announcement after the game, says Barry. Yeah, I think they will try and get that Anthony deal done very, very quickly, to be honest with you. Poor Casemiro is going to see our midfield play today and hop right back on the plane to Madrid. Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah, I mean, look, joking, Casemiro, it's raining in Manchester and he's about to watch McTominay play. You know, poor Casemiro, says Jacob. Yeah, we've done that one. How well do you think United will do in Europe this season, says 137? Are you trying to wind me up? Sorry, but backing a manager who continues to play these players and drop players like Ronaldo is getting harder and harder to do, says Stuart. Ooh, I think you'll be in the minority there, Stuart. But can you call Chris a prat for not protesting, says Nev. As you can see, you've got a bit of a live feed going on for you there. That's people heading down Sir Matt Busby Way to Old Trafford. The Trinity statue is to the right of that stadium. That's where everyone is congregating. And as you can see, very, very good turnout for Manchester United as well, and the protest. I think it's going to be in 2 waves. If you're not, I know we get a lot of people who don't watch from the UK. So Old Trafford, there's not a massive amount of space at the back, but more than most. And they will congregate there. But I think what you're also going to see is in the ground, if you've got your audio on, you're going to hear a lot of anti-Glazers songs, etc. Because the fans have had enough. They've had enough. And let's have a look at Mark. How bad does Bruno have to play before he gets dropped? Connor, I know. I think he's, when you've got, I think, you know what? I think it's fantastic that nobody's really spoken about Maguire or Ronaldo that much because, yeah, they have been dropped before. Maguire got dropped by Rangnick. Ronaldo got dropped by Rangnick. So it has happened before. But you know what makes me laugh is that Bruno actually deserves to get dropped more than both of those. And he starts every game and he's captain in the team. I mean, this was a player. I want to just talk about Bruno for a minute. This was a player I was convinced that was going to have to change his game to adapt under Ten Hag. He is not an Eric Ten Hag player, Bruno Fernandes. He's not. And it's interesting that he is always playing. If Sancho plays on the left today, it's probably because we're getting Anthony on the right, says Sharath Kamath Fitness. Mark, would you be prepared to stomach a 10-0 defeat in order to call the manager Eric 10-0? No. When Eric Ten Hag speaks of coaching up the player that would play in the position meant for Frankie de Jong, who in the hell could it be? Certainly not McSauce, says Fernando. I back Eric Ten Hag fully, but if Ronaldo comes on in the second half and scores a winner, it's going to look bad on him, and the Divas leaking stories already, says CR7. Funny how Man United will beat Liverpool 3-0, says OJ. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. Make sure you share the video and get involved. Subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We are on the road to 1.5 million subscribers, so please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. The leaked team was completely wrong, wasn't it? It was completely wrong, which I find good. I like it when the leaked team's wrong. But I tell you what's not wrong, and we probably should call it out as well. We know that dressing room is ridiculously toxic. It was known that Harry Maguire was dropped at 11 o'clock. Do you think Ten Hag rang up TalkSport and said, Maguire's been dropped? Somebody's leaking stuff out, and that is just stabbing the manager in the back. And I'm not going to dwell on it because there's loads of other things going on, and the Glazer out movement is the priority. Beating Liverpool is obviously a very distant second to that in the eyes of many Man United fans. But let's just remember, somebody from that dressing room leaked the team news this morning in our biggest game of the season. Dropping your captain is in a derby sends a huge message. Hopefully a change in captaincy will be next, says Anshaman. We're 2 games into the season and people are already talking about losing patience with the manager. Pathetic, says James. Midfield is worrying, 2 attacking, and Bruno and Eriksen are too similar. Don't think Ten Hag rates Fred, subbed off and benched for this game, says Reese. It'll be interesting to see if the theory of Varane starting stops is getting tonked, says James. And we are going to see a team running tonight. It's good, I think, says Thomas. I do agree it's hard to back Ten Hag when he keeps picking the same players that never work and makes questionable decisions like benching Varane, says Antonio. 2-1 Man United, says Kevin. Right, we've got Adam's at the ground. Let's get a quick preview from Adam.
Okay. Team news is in. United v Liverpool, changes all around. We weren't expecting these changes either. We heard that Ronaldo was going to be dropped, but everyone assumed that would be Martial coming back in. Martial is on the bench also, so that means that we're looking at a front three of Elanga, Rashford and Sancho. Does that mean Rashford plays through the middle? I think it will be. I don't think he'll even chance that false nine again. Fred drops out, McTominay comes back in with Eriksen and Fernandes in midfield. Big changes at the back. That's where it's all happening. Maguire, captain, dropped. Shaw, dropped. We've got Malacia coming in for Shaw, and obviously Varane coming in to partner Martinez. And we're looking at Dalot on the right-hand side. It's going to be a baptism of fire for Malacia, I'm sure. This is a massive test for him. But it just shows that Erik ten Hag is showing faith in his signings, he's showing faith in his system and his philosophy, and going ahead and not really going overly defensive on all of this. I do believe that this is a massive step for Ten Hag. Big risk, yes, massive risk, because we are open to that counter-attack, we're open to the press. Be interesting to see if he still tries to play out from the back with the players that he's dropped. Is he sort of blaming the likes of Shaw and Maguire for their lack of passing ability from the Brentford game? Both players were pulled up for being at fault for goals in that game, so maybe we're looking at Ten Hag really wheeling the axe here. He is putting his foot down. It doesn't matter about the superstar status of Ronaldo, doesn't matter if you're the captain. Both dropped out of the team. Martial isn't quite ready, he's not going to risk him, so Rashford goes up front. It is a massive statement from Ten Hag, this, against what is probably one of the best forward lines in European football right now. It's a defence that's never played together before against, like I said, one of the best strike forces in European football. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a hard watch, I think, at times for United. It's going to need energy, and it's going to need guts to get through this game for Manchester United, I think. That's your team news. Let's see what happens after this one.
Good to see Adam out there. You can see, well, look, on a normal match day, you'd have a lot of people walking behind him anyway, but they are congregating. They are heading down from the toll gates, the Manchester United protesters. And look, we will try and get you some footage of it, but essentially, I'm sure you'll be seeing it on your TVs as well. A lot of fans. And I think you know what? I hadn't thought about this, but I actually think one of the biggest impacts are going to be on the TV when the game kicks off. I'm aware of something that's going to happen as well. Watch for something happening. But also, I think you'll hear a lot of things as well. I've always wanted to see how Sancho would do as a false nine. Do you think we might try something like that today? Says Chandler. No, I think it'll be Rashford through the middle for pace. Happy Malacia and Varane are in. No McSauce next week, so also good. Would have gone with Tony M up top, though, personally, says Blink. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, Bruno hasn't been good, but Rashford should be dropped more than anyone on that pitch, and he's starting up front over Ronaldo, says Sean Turner. We are going to see a team running tonight. That was from Thomas earlier. Thanks for all the super chats that are coming in, by the way. Hi, Mark. If the Glazers have invested so much in the club going forward with maybe Anthony Gakpo and Frankie de Jong, how the hell can they leave, says Thimble. And in a perfect world, Anthony on the right, Ronaldo in the middle, Gakpo on the left, says OJ. I do actually think that with Ronaldo, you look at Mitrovic, the cross into the box on the back post, and you think, well, we haven't got anybody who's getting on the end of any crosses today. So I think we have certainly, and we're at home as well. So you'd think that we might be able to work our way up the pitch and put some crosses in. I do wonder, this is all I'm going to say about Ronaldo, because I don't want to get into the debate. And, you know, lots of people will be saying that Goldbridge is crying because his favourite player is not starting. I actually reacted to it quite calm. Maybe that's because I'm more focused on what's going on with the Glazers protests. But maybe this is, maybe this is the end of Ronaldo at Manchester United then, because if he's not going to start him in a home game against Liverpool, I would query as to whether he is looking to move him on. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Please do subscribe to the channel. We're only 300 away from 441,000. Get involved with the United Stand, live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. We have a 2 o'clock show as well, live and interactive all the time. It's free to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Get involved and join the community. And don't forget, Boohoo Man on my left. we have an £800 voucher to give away to one of you. It's exclusively to the United Fan viewers. We've done 100 partnerships with Boohoo Man, Manchester-based company. I'm wearing some of their clobber here, Boohoo Man Active. £800 voucher. One of you will get it. Entry is free. You scan the QR code with your phone or go through the link in the description. Fill in the entry form, takes a few seconds, enter it, and then on Monday next week, we'll announce the winner, and it will be one of you announced on next Tuesday night show. So links in the description or scan the QR code. Enter. You never know. Some people might just go, I'm not going to bother entering, and then you enter and then you win. So links in the description or scan the QR code. Big shout out to Boohoo Man. And you can get one of these. If you want to get one of these anyway, you can get a discount code with the word Goldbridge on the website anyway. Mark, do you think Erik ten Hag dropped Maguire and Ronaldo on purpose because of less mess in press or showing no matter who you are, you can be dropped, says Jash? I don't think he can afford to do that, mate. I don't think he can afford to make examples of people because he's lost his first 2 games. I think he's got to pick a team that he thinks can win. Do you think, so yeah, that's what I think on that. I don't like Maguire, but the whole week we knew he's going to be dropped. Maybe Ten Hag told people to reduce the possible backlash. As Shahin, we are playing with 10 players in Scooby-Doo. And Mark, do you think Gakpo could be signed to be converted into a 9 like Van Persie? And he has played there before, says Shahan. I think he would be a versatile player. Ronaldo should sit at home and pay the fines until he leaves, says Zhao. What are you all thinking anyway? Let me just do a quick poll. What are you all thinking about the actual result? Let me just do a quick poll for you. Okay, mate, no worries. So I've just got started a poll and there's nothing been asked. Right, let's do it. So result, what are we thinking? And let me know what you're thinking about the actual team and the game ahead. But we'll go United win because we're at home. We'll go draw and we'll go Liverpool win. Ask your community. So get your votes in the live chat there. A few people talking about whether the game will get cancelled. They were thinking about that today. My mind did wander a few times today to when the bus was kept at the Lowry and, there was a coordinated protest to stop that. You can never say never, but I don't think that was ever the intention of these protests. It's a peaceful protest. I don't think they were looking to get games cancelled and things like that. Of course, last time when the game got cancelled and people got on the pitch, there was a lot of negativity around that because it was vandalism and hooliganism and all this and that. And I think the movement of United fans is to try and be more sustained in this. Did you see the Sky interview? Neville is packing, says I Cup Farts. Okay. Erik ten Hag on dropping Maguire. Varane is a very experienced player, won everything and will bring the communication in the back four. We want mobility and agility in the back four, says Lars. But why is it taking him that long, Lars? Why has it taken him that long to realise something? I mean, look, I support Ten Hag. I want him to do really, really well. But, we all knew this. Maguire won't work in a back four. And look, I don't think we lost to Brighton and Brentford because of Maguire. But it did cause us problems with Welbeck against Brighton and with Tony against Brentford. So I don't know why. I vote we keep Maguire on the bench until the next time we play Liverpool and revisit it then. Anyone else question why Bruno is next up for captain, says Sean. Yeah, I don't rate Bruno as captain. I don't. I'm losing patience with Erik ten Hag picking the same flop players over and over. Your thoughts, please, says Nihang. Well, look, I'm not losing patience with Ten Hag. Mia says, how are Arsenal signing Neto for 50 and we want to pay 80 or 90 for Anthony? I'm not losing patience with Ten Hag. I wanted Ten Hag, and I think he's the right man for the job. But he might fail. He's never managed in the Premier League before. Maybe buying all these Eredivisie players or players that's played for him before will be a problem. I look at the team warming up, and I think Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Scott McTominay, those three especially, are ridiculously lucky to be starting when Maguire, Shaw, and Ronaldo and Fred are sat on the bench. I don't think there's any consistency there. But on the other hand, he could have started all 7 of them. So, yeah, I think he's dropped some of the right players. I don't think he's dropped all of the right players. I suppose the question would be, could you drop all those players? And he's decided not to. The midfield looks like it's going to be dominated. I would have kept Ronaldo and dropped Bruno, play Eriksen as a number 10, then Martinez CDM, says Alex. I won this competition in January 2021. Couldn't believe it was £800 from Boohoo Man for a few details. Well worth doing. So glad Maguire's been dropped, says Skeet. Well, there you go. Previous winner of the £800 voucher. You can enter through the link in the description or you can scan the QR code. You could be the the next skeet with an £800 voucher for Boohoo Man in your pocket next Monday when we announce the winner. Is there an expectation that a team of Bruno, McTominay and Rashford will outrun Liverpool? Didn't these players down tools last season, says Stephen Rossi. And Connor says, I'm hoping Varane has a great game today. Otherwise, it's Maguire back in the starting 11 next week, says Connor. Yeah, I think that's a great point. We've got some live footage of the protest for you there. I think that's a great point. Something that I've been thinking about as well. Maguire's played crap against Leicester, Brighton. Who else Watford. It'd be very unfair for Varane to come into this game today. We get beat 3-0 and then Maguire comes back in. We're playing one of the best teams in the world. We're not expected to win. If Varane has a bad game or Martinez has a bad game today, you are playing one of the best teams in the world. Now, if they make individual stupid errors, fine. But if they carve us open and score 3 or 4 goals, is it really the defence's fault? I mean, I've played football, I've watched football as many of you have. You can have prime Varane and Ramos and still get beat 3-0 if your midfield's dominated and doesn't pick up the runners. It's really hard. I used to play centre-back, actually, when I was about 15. It's really hard as a centre-back to pick up runners because your job is to hold the line, last line of defence, deal with the strikers. Sometimes you've got to cover the wingers if they get past the full-back. It's almost impossible to, as a centre-back, to deal with midfielders breaking. This is something I talk about all the time with Fred and McTominay. We concede a lot of goals because Fred and McTominay don't pick up the runners. And I think we conceded a goal like this last year at Old Trafford. Was it Trent got forward or was it Keita? That's very rarely on the centre-back. When midfielders or fullbacks are the extra man, as a centre-back, you're quite static in your position. You're in the centre. The only way you get pulled out of that position is if your fullback is out of the game. You might go across there, but it's very difficult, no matter how good you are as a centre-back, to deal with runners from the midfield. Team is stronger with Martial and Ronaldo instead of Elanga and Rashford. Ten Hag didn't pick Ronaldo because he didn't want to bench Harry only, says International. Hoping the match goes ahead. Happy with the back four, the best we have, says Sibbo. Yeah, I'm very happy with the back five. Especially the back four. I think that's as good as it gets. Delo, Varane, Martinez and Malacia. Let Ronaldo leave if you don't respect him for the sake of his career. He needs to start games before the World Cup, says Majak. And why is McTominay playing? Is there any midfielder on the bench that's worse than him, says Valle. Very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. I thought he was utter shit against Brighton, and I think he was utter shit against Brentford, and yet he starts again. Erik Ten Hag was told to use players he has. Maybe he's using them to show certain players aren't good enough, says Bryce. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Let's get a word from Beth. She's outside Old Trafford. Let's see what Beth has got to say.
Hi everyone, the team news is in at Old Trafford. There's been 3 changes by Erik Ten Hag. Varane comes in for Maguire, the captain is dropped. Fred goes to the bench and Bruno, Eriksen and McTominay play in midfield. And also the big one, Cristiano Ronaldo drops down to the bench as he brings Elanga in. I assuming he's going to play Rashford through the middle with Elanga on the left and Sancho on the right. I think this is a big test for Rashford. He could really exploit the pace of the back line. If he manages to get in behind, I understand why Ten Hag has done it. It is a good opportunity for Manchester United to counter-attack, but also a lot of people are expecting with Ten Hag to fill the midfield with defensive midfielders, potentially go to a back 5 tonight. He's not done that. He has stuck with his philosophy of attacking possession-based football, and to be honest with you, if you put Bruno, McTominay and Eriksen in that midfield, McTominay, despite his poor form, still brings that physicality. Malacia is coming in for Shaw, a bundle of poor performances from Shaw, so it is a surprise, but at the same time, throwing in, he is still a young kid, Malacia, who's not had much game time this season, in for an experienced left back in Shaw is a big test. He's put a lot of faith in Malacia tonight against Salah. It's the biggest test he's going to have, but if he does well tonight, he could keep his place in the team. Varane and Martinez have the opportunity to become the centre-back partnership. They have a good game tonight and they will be consistent starters for Erik Ten Hag. There's no other test than this attack. I'm surprised about Dalot and Luis Diaz, and we know that Ten Hag doesn't really rate Wan-Bissaka, but Luis Diaz against the defensive capabilities of Dalot could be a really big weak spot for Manchester United. But Rashford playing through the middle, could have he exploited Trent a little bit more on that left-hand side? Potentially you might see the front three all rotate positions as we saw in pre-season, but I think Erik ten Hag is really stuck to his philosophy here. He's going to try and play attacking football, and he's also shown to the rest of the team you can't play poorly and expect to keep your place in this team. There's some big changes tonight, and hopefully we end up getting a result that warrants Erik ten Hag making these choices that take a lot of guts, to be honest with you, dropping Ronaldo and Maguire.
I think this game will be closer than you think, says Aldrius. Liverpool don't look good. I'm super salty you got Casemiro, quality player. Mark, thanks for all the great content with the channel, and let's get the Glazers out. Loving this format with the live check-ins with Beth and Adam, says Blake. And Peter, thank you very much for joining the Members Club. Thanks for joining the Members Club, by the way. On the poll that's still going on, I'll leave it up there. 30% of you are going with a win for United, draw 16%, and 54% of you going with the Liverpool win, which I know it sounds negative, but I would agree. I'm going to go Liverpool to win 2-0. Look, Liverpool will look at that league table and they'll go, Man City have just dropped 2 points. They've got 7 points. If we win today, we're 2 points behind Man City. We'll take that, having drawn the first two. So very important for Liverpool's season that they win. And I think they're long in the tooth and experienced enough to know that this is a game to win. And I also think that United's mentality won't be good. You know, people think we're going to get a bounce back, but we know that the mentality is weak in this team. Erik ten Hag, we know Liverpool are a really good team and you need to press them. You have to do that out of the block and need energy. That is why we went with Rashford, Sancho and Alanga, says Humphrey. I'm curious to see how Alanga handles the pressure of starting against Liverpool, says Hannibal. It could be, I actually do like this sort of decision by the manager because I think Alanga is a massive mistake. There you can see the protests outside Old Trafford. I think starting Alanga is a massive mistake. I can't remember the last good game he had. So I think it's a mistake, but it could be genius if it works. Nice back five, midfield, bit of a disaster, and Rashford up front could knock him off the ball with a feather, says Epic. Is Bruno a good presser? He seems to be running around a lot, but never does anything, says Shub. I mean, look, I don't know why I'm talking about Alanga. It's not like Bruno's had a good game in the last 5 months, is it? Michael Santiago, welcome to the Members Club. Hi, Mark. Were you like me, hoping that today's game is cancelled? Don't you think that a rescheduled game gives United a better chance of winning? Says Ryle. Ryle, if the game had been cancelled, the 3 points would have gone to Liverpool. Like, we would not have got it rescheduled this time. Jurgen Klopp alluded to that over the weekend. This season is way too busy. There's too much going on. And I think if fans got the game cancelled again, I think the Premier League would just go, no, it's 3 points to Liverpool. So I'd rather the game went ahead. If somebody said to me getting the game cancelled means the Glazers will sell, I'd love the game to be cancelled. But I don't necessarily think that's going to happen anytime soon, because I think the Glazers are desperate to ride this out. They love riding it out. They love buying players and mugging us off. They've got Casemiro coming onto the pitch very, very shortly. This is what they do. Today, my United are going to show the world that we aren't a pushover, says Coach Zed. And hi, Mark, did you watch Carragher and Neville's interview of Erik ten Hag, says Goat. Ronaldo's just shaking the hands there with Roy Keane and Gary Neville. Don't shake Carragher's hand. Yeah, don't shake Carragher's hand. Snubbed him. Sit down, Carragher. I don't think he shook Carragher's hand because Carragher's always going on about him, isn't he? But Roy's loving that. He's going, that's my boy. That's my boy, Cristiano. Although he shook Gary Neville's hand and Gary Neville was there. Sunshine, Gary Neville. Why what Cristiano? We're Manchester United. We're Manchester United. Sunshine. Phil, Gary, Philly. Oh, my name's Gary. Why won't Ronaldo come out and tell us the story now? Hey, I don't get it. I went a bit like Carragher there. It's about the players. What about the structure? Hey, Gary, why won't Ronaldo shake my hands? What have I done? I've only been slacking him off for the last 9 months. Come on. I've got bills to pay. It's not like I'm doing it on purpose. Mark, always great work. This is Rashford's chance to show he's still got it, says Alonso. The problem is Rashford's had a lot of chances. When's he going to deliver? Hi, Mark. Just quick question. Thoughts on Rashford up front with Ronaldo and Martial on the bench as Rabin? Don't agree with it, but it could be genius coaching. Solly, welcome to the Members Club. Hi, Mark, says Benji. Hi, Benji. How are you doing? So, yes, protests are ongoing. Check out United Stand MUFC on Twitter. We've got lots of pictures and clips on there that you can check out. But essentially, the protest has now arrived at Old Trafford. They're all outside the ground, the protest against the Glazers. We expect them to go into the ground and start singing about the Glazers throughout the game. So that is what we're expecting to happen. And I think that will send a very powerful message as well. We've had these Glazers songs before, and we expect to have them again. I don't know what will happen, but I don't think you're going to get a crowd that's, I don't know what's going to happen. There is still time for you to come back to Bruno FC. Those who know ball, he makes mistakes, but he doesn't hide away. Audi, I'm not in any FC. I like Bruno Fernandes, but you've got to call out poor performances, and he's been poor for a very, very long time. Ronaldo just blanks Carragher. Love it. If I was Casemiro, I would feel uneasy about coming to a club that brings me out to show me off to the crowd like a new show pony during protests, says Stephen Rossi. Yeah, but you might not be aware of the protests. He might not be aware of the protests. So there we go. Quality from Ronaldo, and Ronaldo blanks Carragher. Yeah, because he's been bloody going on about him for bloody ages, hasn't he? Hi, Mark. I will buy Van der Beek and play with him every week in my backyard, says Alex. And Carragher's just got mugged. And Alanga, I think Alanga is very interesting. But I do think that Liverpool team, I think the game will get won and lost in the midfield. And whilst I don't rate our midfield of McTominay, Eriksen and Bruno, I must admit that's not Liverpool's best midfield. Milner, Henderson and Elliott is not their best midfield. So I do think there is an opportunity. There is an opportunity there for Manchester United if they can get their act together in midfield. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows what will happen? Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. We're on that road now to a 1.5 million. We're about 100 away from 441,000. So please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. One click is all it takes. Subscribe and get involved with United Stand. And we're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 a.m. We normally have a 2 o'clock show as well. But on match day, it's a watch along all the way through till full time. Then we've got the match reaction where you can vote for the player ratings. We'll put it up on the website. You vote every player out of 10, 6 being the average, and then it aggregates all your scores. So when I put mine in, if I give McTominay a 3, you might have aggregated yours to 4.5 or something like that. Man of the match as well. And then we've got the fan forum after that. And then we'll have some vlogs coming in from the game. Toughest game of Klopp's career, because if he loses to us, he's the next manager to be axed, says Richie. I don't think Klopp's job's in any danger. But what I don't want to talk about Liverpool much, but I would say this. If Liverpool lose this game, 2 points from 9, that's a horrific start to the season for them. They'd be 5 points off City. They'd be 7 points off Arsenal. Casemiro getting unveiled today for sure. That in a way, the empty Old Trafford movement doesn't happen, says Ashish. Ronnie 100% went over to blank Carragher rather than say hello to his mates. That was definitely his motive, and I love it, says Joshua. Welcome to Members Club. Otis. I like the lineup, but would have preferred Martial over Alanga, says Sean. And hi, Mark. I'm worried about the Eriksen and Scott in the midfield, but I'm going to be positive and say a 2-1 win to United, says Mohammed. And I hope United will win 3-2, says Drac. Well, I'll say it again. I say it every week. One of the reasons McTominay will be starting over Fred is height. Van Dijk's good in the air. Firmino's not bad in the air. Henderson's not bad in the air. Joe Gomez ain't bad in the air. They've got a bit of height, Liverpool. If you don't pick McTominay, you've got Varane. Ronaldo's not there. Rashford's crap in the air. Sancho's crap in the air. Alanga's crap in the air. Bruno's crap in the air. Eriksen's crap in the air. Malasia's small. Martinez is small. Delo's not great. So basically, if McTominay doesn't play and you're benching Ronaldo, you've got Varane, one player who's good in the air. So look, Casemiro is really good in the air. I don't know if you're a member, watch the video where I've compared Casemiro to Fabinho, but his aerial duels are better than McTominay. And it's the one thing McTominay's good at. So I think McTominay's been picked for height over Fred, because if you drop Ronaldo's always brilliant at corners defensively. So with no Ronaldo, Varane can't mark all the big players. So effectively, that's what that's all about, isn't it? So I think McTominay has probably been picked for his height as well. Rashford, come on, lad, please do something. Mick's still in his best, running his balls off. Mad to think this might actually be a point, says Fraser. Ronnie was still asking Roy, where have you been? Where have you been? Clear stab at McFred, says Oliver. And Mark, what do you think the result's going to be tonight, says Mac. I've gone with a 2-0 win for Liverpool. You know, I'd love Manchester United to win this game, but, you know, we've been, you know, I can't find an angle to say we're going to win. We can win. Anything can happen in football, and we're at home. Look at Newcastle yesterday against Man City. They were brilliant, and maybe United can find a performance like that. But the cold, harsh facts are that this is a good Liverpool side. I suppose the structure, says Let's. This is a good Liverpool side, and I think that we have been beaten by Brentford 4-0. This is our next game after Brentford. Like, there is a lot of change, but I think he's probably made to... Look, whatever the reasons are, we are not prepped for this season, are we? He's gone with 2 very different teams who've been beaten, and now he's picked a completely different team. At most, he's had 3 or 4 days with this team to try and get them ready for this game. It wasn't the plan he had in pre-season. So Liverpool may have had a bad start, but it's fundamentally the same team. We're starting this season again with a completely different team against a very good side in Liverpool. Mark, what do you think the result's going to be? So I've done that from Mac. It's all the structure. Mark Goldbridge in. Also, do you think Casemiro and Anthony could be bought to show new potential buyers to buy the club, says Sean. I 100% think that the Glazers are spending money to stay in the club. I've said it a few times. I'm apologise to the people who've heard me say it before. The transfer budget for this summer was £100 million. For most of this summer, for 3 months of this transfer window, our budget has been £100 million. And that's why we've been bidding for Arnautovic and Rabiot. Cheap signings. Somebody wants to buy the club. The fans want them to buy the club. And the Glazers find 200 million and start bidding 100 million euros for Anthony and 60 million pounds for Casemiro. They've got this money out their pocket because they want to keep the club. I do not expect anything from this game. If we win, then great. If not, it's not a surprise, says Mario. Look, the game's not been kicked off. We're Manchester United. We're Manchester United. We are Manchester United, and we should expect to get a result at home to Liverpool. But I really do think that I'm almost writing off the first 3 games of the season now and saying Casemiro will be available for the next game. Hopefully we get Anthony in and we start against Southampton on Saturday lunchtime. Okay. Will it play next to me or what? Okay. Yeah, let's play some footage then. Got some footage for you. And Riker, thank you very much. He's just gifted 5 United Stand memberships. So 5 of you are new. Be careful of any music or anything though. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Got a bit of footage for you. Let's play. massive amounts of numbers there, massive amounts of numbers, thousands. So, we need this to grow. We need it to be unified. We need it to keep happening. That's what we need. But it's a fantastic turnout, and whether the Glazers will take any notice of it, look, we need it to ramp up, and we need it to be consistent. And I think everybody knows that. But fantastic. Hi, Mark. We're not happy McTominay's playing, but is Fred any better? Says after. Looks like long ball FC in the first half to me. Liverpool 2-0 at half-time. Ronaldo and Van der Beek in 3-2 comebacks as architect. Mark, you see on Twitter, they're saying United fans threw bottles at a bus full of kids. I hope this is lies, Mark, because really don't want to see them use that instead of what we're trying to achieve. I did see a bus went past the pub and things were thrown, but I don't know that it was a bus full of kids, to be honest. Ashish, welcome to the Members Club. Carmen's just gifted 5 members as well. Legend of the chat, Carmen, thank you very much. Glazers out is the only thing that matters at the moment is alive here in the India as well. Let's just focus on the bigger picture. So Sahil, thank you, Sahil. I'd rather see youth play for season. Mengi, Garnacho, Savage, Iqbal, believed in youth. Sir Alex Ferguson, they're good enough to play. Let them play, says Andrew. Thank you very much there. Glazers out in the chat. And look, keep your ears open when the game kicks off, because I'm sure we're going to see a lot of songs and shouting around the Glazers in the ground as well. Apparently, Liverpool fans have brought up hundreds of what looks to be Avram Glazer masks as well, singing Up the Glazers. I mean, there's a line, isn't there? Liverpool fans will love that and think it's great banter. Would we go to Anfield and do that? Probably. So, I have a problem with it, and but and at the end of the day, it's probably a good thing from Liverpool fans, because if they're wearing Glazer masks, it's not like it, I don't think the Glazers will appreciate that, because it just gives more focus to the Glazers, doesn't it? And it riles the fans in the ground. So it just adds to the anti-Glazer movement. So, I'm sure Liverpool fans are doing that to wind United fans up, and it will work. But ultimately, it will completely escalate even higher the tension around the Glazers. And what does it do? If Liverpool fans are wearing Glazer masks, singing Glazers in, you learn the most from your rivals. They used to want us to pick Fellaini because he's shit, and they want the Glazers to stay because we're shit with the Glazers. So you can be angry with Liverpool fans, but if in one way they're actually helping us, aren't they? So fantastic turnout from United fans anyway. Thousands of Manchester United fans heading down. We're tweeting off the United Stand at United Stand MUFC on Twitter if you want to see it. Apparently, just a bit of an update on Anthony. There is Manchester United are willing to spend ridiculous money on it. And I suppose, look, talking about the Glazers, talking about United, that's what we're here for. That just evidences what we're doing here. We weren't in for Casemiro, and we spend £60 million and 350 grand a week. And we're meant to go, wow, that was a quick deal. Of course, it's a bloody quick deal. Real Madrid can't believe they've got 60 million for Casemiro, and he can't believe he's getting 350 grand a week. Ajax, Anthony, that is pure desperation. I want Anthony at the club. Ten Hag wants Anthony at the club, but he's a £50 million player that we're going to pay 80 for. It's just desperation. Of course, Ajax are going to take, we're going to smash the Eredivisie record, surely. Surely we're smashing the record of the transfer fee in the Eredivisie. So I think that, I want Anthony at the club, but it's just economically desperate. And that's what the Glazers do. They panic to try and stay in. This is the first year where I've not bought any merchandise from the club, says Ezzy. Eric Ten Hag should play a couple of new kids like Garnacho, more energy. And Laka says, green and gold till it's sold. Ten Hag must understand you always field your best. Why is Ronaldo on the bench? It's brave by Ten Hag to do what he's done, to drop your captain, to drop your best player. It is brave. And then to pick players who arguably been worse. Look, say what you like about Maguire and say what you like about Ronaldo. Have they been worse than Bruno in the last 3 months? No. Casemiro's just walked out onto the pitch. That's a baptism of fire, isn't it? He will get applauded, but it's... But then again, you look around the crowd and there's people with big grins on their face and you just wonder, do they get it? Do they understand? Do they care? Is it just, this is... People are on Twitter saying empty Old Trafford. We're 10 minutes away from kickoff. Have you seen Old Trafford? And you think you're empty in it? Are And there's thousands outside or who haven't gone in yet. And people think you're gonna empty Old Trafford. You're not gonna do it because people have been on Twitter for a week asking people. Thoughts on fans throwing stuff at a coach full of kids, says Kyle. Mate, was I there? Do I know if it's a coach full of kids? I know what you're doing. You're trying to get a little clip from me talking about it, condemning it or saying it's fine. You show me the news article with credibility around that story and we'll have a chat about it. But I don't do that because you get trolls, liars, and people trying to perceive United in a bad way. Ultimately, all I care about is the facts. And the facts are Manchester United fans have accumulated in their thousands to protest against these dictators who have been bleeding this club dry for 17 years. And I won't steer away from that because somebody in the chat is saying something's happened that might not have happened. Ultimately, I wasn't there. You weren't there. So let's wait and see what happens in the fullness of time. But those sort of incidents should not be the headline above what thousands of people are doing up in Manchester right now, protesting against this scum that runs our football club. And that's the message that everybody wants out there. Hi, Mark. Glazers out. So Jim Ratcliffe for the future. South African fans want change as well, says Mum. Well, thanks. Shout out to everyone who's watching. I know there's a real hunger out there to get involved, and I'm sure you can get involved in things in the future. Stupidity at its highest trying to sign Anthony for that much, says Reese. If we paid 80 million for 50 million Maguire, we may as well pay 80 million for Anthony, says Joppa. Thank you very much for the super chat there. Don't forget, we are sponsored by Boohoo Man on the show today. I've got my Boohoo Man Active range jacket on. This is obviously Manchester United colours, but it's actually from Boohoo Man. I've got my little label on the shoulder there. Why am I mentioning Boohoo Man? Because they're sponsoring the show, but they're also giving away a massive, huge £800. Yes, £800 voucher. One of you is going to win it to spend at Boohoo Man on the Boohoo Man Active range. £800. All you've got to do to enter is click the link in the description and enter, or scan the QR code with your phone and enter that way as well. Takes next to no time to do it. We're announcing the winner on Monday lunchtime, and then we'll be telling you the winner on Tuesday, 8 p.m. show. One of you will win it. We've done it a couple of times before. £800 voucher to one of you. Exclusively one of you will win it because you can only enter through the QR code or the link in the description. Get involved with that. Big shout out to Boohoo Man. Right, we are 8 minutes away from the start of this game. Old Trafford is filling up. And look, listen out. Keep your eyes out as well. I think you might see something around Old Trafford very, very soon. We've seen them before and we will see one again. But I can't say more than that until it actually happens. Ten Hag on dropping Maguire, Varane. We've done that one. We've spoken about that one, haven't we? So we don't need to mention that again. Massive game. Massive game. Just looking at the United stand tweet, audible, we want Glazers out chance as Casemiro is presented to the fans. Yeah, good. It's not fair on Casemiro, but we want the Glazers out. That's what we want. Let me just tweet Manchester United's official account. They've just tweeted that Casemiro is official. Welcome to United. I'm in there. Glazers out. Get in there if you want. Send the message. It's what it is. That's what we're here to do. This is what we can do as a community. Some people would say, how do I get involved? That's how you get involved. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner to get involved. We are 7 minutes away from the start of this game. United Stand community. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 a.m. with all the latest news and everything like that. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. What's this all about? Sorry, I thought I had a bit of breaking news there. I don't. Right. Liverpool 5, Abhinav says. Right, I'm going to close the poll now, but it has come down a little bit. You've all been voting. We've had, bloody hell, we've never had this many votes. We've had 54,000 votes on the result poll. We've never had that many before. We've had 30. We've never had 54. I get the sense there's a lot of interest in this game. United to win, 32%. Draw, 16%. Liverpool to win, 52% of you are saying that. So we'll close it there. But 52% of you going with the Liverpool win. I'm not going to disagree. I'm going to go with the Liverpool 2-0 win. 60,000 live viewers. I remember arguing about Fellaini the live chat on Soccerbox. What a journey. We can do this together, says Arsalan. Well, look, this is a massive community. And I think what's been great, Sad says feels frustrated already. This is a massive community and it has the ability. I mean, look, 60,000 people watching tonight. If all of you lot go off and tell your mates and people about Glazers out, you're hitting hundreds of thousands of people very, very quickly. All we've got to do is spread it to 3 or 4 people. You know, this is how it works. This is how the Glazers work. You know, there is an immense atmosphere in and around the stadium tonight, and it's great to see players about to come out. I think you're going to hear a very hostile crowd against the Glazers. Hopefully the players can provide some backdrop to that and get a performance. Please do subscribe, by the way. We're only 100 away from 442,000. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe and get involved. Don't really know what to think about this game. Don't really know what to think about the game. It's a difficult one, isn't it? But of course, I want Manchester United to win. It's a long season, and you know it could take 2 weeks. It could take 2 years to get rid of the Glazers. We don't want Man United to keep losing. Liverpool midfield looks poor. Get Sancho running at Trent, says Mark. Going to be interesting. Bringing it back to the game. Don't agree with Alanga playing. Don't know what that's all about. Don't agree with Bruno playing. Not played very well for a very long time. Don't agree with McTominay playing. But apart from that, you know, he has dropped Ronaldo. He has dropped Maguire. He has dropped Shaw. He has dropped Fred. I think some of the things have been good. But, you know, we need a response. We needed a response for a long time. You know what I want to see, though? Talking about the football, what I want to see is I actually want to see a Ten Hag team. I think we saw glimpses in pre-season, but pre-season, pre-schmeezen, that's what you expect in pre-season. But against Brentford and against Brighton, I didn't see it. I didn't see what happened against those teams. I didn't see a Ten Hag way. Now, we have got the match stats carousel, which will go round, giving you possession and everything like that. Ten Hag likes 70% possession, loads of chances. Let's see if he can do it. We've spoken about Ronaldo being dropped. Simran, yes, we have. League table updates live as well. We'd like to be looking at the top half, but for both of us, it's actually the bottom half. We can't get out the bottom half of the table. Liverpool can. So, yeah, that league table is as it stands. So as soon as the game kicks off, we'll have a point. We might not have one at 90 minutes, but we will be out the bottom 3 for a few minutes until Liverpool score. So, no, we won't, actually. We've got worse goal difference. No, we'll still be in the bottom 3. If we go 1-0 up, we'll be out the bottom 3 for a bit. Century Cup winners, you'll never sing that, says Arib. And just heard Lee Dixon say United need to get back to basics. How about showing some passion, desire, and leaving everything on the pitch, says Chicano. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please share the video, get involved, subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, get part of the community. But yes, it's looking well. We're about to start. Let's see what it's all about. I am concerned. In a game point of view, the midfield concerns me. Alanga concerns me as well against Robertson. I think that's... But maybe Ten Hag's going to pull off something which we want him to pull off, which is a fantastic performance. Who knows? Who knows? But we need to see something. Boot out a lot of the signings before last summer, says Danny. So what are we at? 2 minutes to the start of the match. I'm sure if you've got your audio on, you're going to hear a lot of Glazers chants and this and that throughout the game. Alanga has pace, says Mel. Yeah, but my concern about Alanga is, and I like Alanga, I want him to do well. I don't think he's crap. I think he should be in the Championship. I don't see this development that he's a first-team player. I just haven't seen that. There was glimpses when he first came in for Rangnick, but he's almost established himself as a first-team player or a borderline first-team player. And I just haven't seen that with Alanga. I don't know where this is. I feel he's been over-promoted. I think he should be on loan. I don't see a big difference between Garnacho and Alanga. And yet Garnacho is being treated like a young player and, you know, building him in gradually. But I tell you what, who worries me, Salah. I've watched both Liverpool games and he's still had chances when he's not been that in the game. Could be the last start for Scooby-Doo, says Seb. Okay, let's get ready to go here. Massive, massive, massive game for United. And Ericsson and Bruno and McTominay in the midfield three. At least it's not McFred, I suppose, but we are about to start now. And come on, United, give us a win, says Luke Marshall. It'd be lovely to get a win, wouldn't it? It would be nice in a footballing sense to get the win. And we're off. Do you need me to tell you, Jordy? It'll be out of sync anyway. I think I was doing this yesterday. I just go with mine. We're 15 seconds in. Malacia there, a little bit scrappy, but he goes back to De Gea. And he hits it long. I think, to be honest with you, that's what we're going to be doing a lot of. Rashford playing down the middle. Sancho's playing off the right, and Alanga's playing off the left. Early foul by Martinez on Salah. And he leaves a shoulder in on him as well. Looks focused and physical up for the game. Score prediction, Mark. I went with 2-0 to Liverpool. Bruno, he's going to look. One thing I will say, tactically, I bet Bruno hits a lot of long balls today. You can see Rashford. Where Rashford wasn't even in the picture, and Bruno's not even won the ball halfway in his own half because Rashford's sprinting. That we're going to hit the long ball, and it might be, it might work. They've won a corner here. They've won a corner here, or is he not? No, he's not giving it. It was a corner. It's not been given. Ten Hag looks a little bit nervous. Now, we can't fuck up with this. This passing out from the back, just hit it long. I don't want to, let's just go back to basics and hit the long ball. Oh, no, he's done well there. Van Dijk. Oh, go on. Oh, no, Sancho gives it away. Good tackle back by McTominay, though. Varane goes back to De Gea. He's just got to hit that. To be fair, I ain't got a problem with De Gea hitting these balls long, because if we try and pass out by the back, out from the back like we did last time, we're going to be in all sorts of trouble. Thanks for the mods, Susan. Vandy Candy's in there as well. I'll shout him out as I see him. Thank you very much. I'm very interested to see the possession, not now, but we've got the stats carousel that goes round. I'm very interested to see what the stats are going to be like as the game goes on, because we know that, look, we haven't got Ollie in charge anymore. We're not a counter-attacking team. We're a team that wants to have a lot of possession. And will we get a lot of possession against Liverpool at home? At least I want 50-50. I don't want to see Liverpool with 60-70% possession at Old Trafford. I'll have some career mode up for you tomorrow, mate. It's been a busy day, obviously building up towards this. Nice bit of passing here from United. Oh, lovely ball. And Rashford's... No, I don't know why he went for the shot there. Van Dijk had him. It was a lovely bit of play. Nice little triangles by Man United, and Rashford was away. There was a hole through the middle, but Van Dijk's recovery pace was too much. I don't know why Rashford hit it. He should have just knocked it wide to Alanga and maintained the attack. But I think he got overexcited there. But nice ball by Martinez out to Alanga. It's a better start from United. You've got to say that. And maybe Liverpool are a bit vulnerable. We'll have to wait and see. Who played the ball into Rashford anyway? Was it Bruno or was it Ericsson? Much higher line from United, though. Look at what I like about this is Varane and Martinez on their own. You would never do this with Maguire. Varane and Martinez are on their own and saying, look, leave us on our own. It's more like Ajax, this. Because they know they don't have to worry about Maguire getting done or, someone sprinting past him. So That will help the team. If we can maintain that line, never would have done this at Anfield, and certainly didn't do it last year with Ollie either. It's suicidal in footballing terms. But we are pressing them higher up the pitch because we're playing a higher line. We look up for it, says Jack. Yeah, it's a better start from United. It can't be much worse. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Here's Firmino. Bit easy, that ball. Good recovery. No! Good tackle by Varane. Martinez looked like he was in trouble. And Milner goes down. Varane's not very happy with Martinez there because Martinez got turned by Milner. It's a good ball by Firmino in between the two. And then Martinez just dives in and Milner was out. But look at the recovery by Varane. Very good recovery by Varane there. Martinez was in trouble. Milner was past him. Yeah, good play by Varane there. And that's what you want, recovery pace. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Funnily enough, Maguire's not sat with Ronaldo. He's sat with Wan-Bissaka and Shaw. We haven't seen Ronaldo yet, but here's Bruno to Elanga. And Trent's tackled him twice now. Good to see McTominay actually moving the ball quicker. Right, take your time, David. Here's Bruno. Come on. Trent's going to get that, surely. Oh, no, Strong. He's got to give the free kick, surely. Trent, Rashford pushed over right on the edge of the box. Good strength by Rashford on Trent. He's had a bit of history with Trent before Rashford, playing through the middle. And it's definitely a foul. Rashford's pace causing Trent problems again. It's a free kick on the edge of the box. It's very, very wide right. I'd say Bruno might fancy this. Great to see the high line, says Lee. Yeah. And a corner. Looked like a bad free kick from Eriksen, actually. The deflection did its job, but I think Eriksen might have been causing Alisson a bit of a problem there. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, early corner here for Manchester United. It's been a reasonable start for United. I don't want to get too excited, but reasonable start by Manchester United so far. Maguire's not going to score from this, but we have got a bit of... Well, we haven't really. It's Varane and McTominay. I don't fancy us from corners. I'd be very surprised. It's not a great corner either, although Bruno puts it back in. Yeah, we've not got a lot of height. No Ronaldo, no Maguire. So Varane and McTominay. Bruno's the captain, Dennis. Liverpool, I mean, look, Liverpool haven't been the Liverpool of last season in their first two games so far. And whilst I predicted and many people predicted that Liverpool would win this game, they're not coming into it in great form. And, maybe there is a vulnerability to Liverpool as well that we can exploit. Hopefully United can grow with growing confidence. Liverpool with possession here. Oh, you can't be doing tackles like that, Delo. You can't be doing tackles like that. He might get away with a yellow card. No, he's not going to get a yellow card. Gone through the back of Diaz. Got to be careful. Don't want to be too indisciplined in a game like this. But we've often seen United with about as much fight as a Big Mac and chips. And in this first 10 minutes, they probably put more effort in than they did in the 180 against Brighton and Brentford. So McTominay intercepts here. It's a decent ball. This could be a goal. Oh, he's at the post. Elanga, you've got to finish that. He's got to finish that. Bruno found Elanga. He's got to finish it. He's at the post. Elanga. Oh, he's got all the time in the world. All the time in the world. Oh, he's got to score that. Got to score it. He's got all the time in the world. It's a really strong interception by Bruno that forces the ball across. And composure. He's got to score. He's got to score. There's no excuse. He's at the post. Has to finish that. Massive chance, though. Massive chance. Take the positives. Work with it. He just came to him on the edge of the box. He's got his body right. He's got his balance right. McTominay plays a ball through. It's a bit overhit. Bruno has to stretch. He finds Elanga. He's got to score that. He's right on the edge of the box. Opened his body up. And he hits the foot of the post. And Ten Hag knows. And Elanga knows. Good intercept. Well, good bit of work by Bruno. This high line is giving... I tweeted it a few minutes ago. This high line is giving us a chance here because Liverpool can't get up the pitch. They hair off his line very quick there. Good stuff. That's what he's there to do. New haircut. I'm just happy that we're making this competitive at the moment. No one wants to see a fucking 5-0. We should be 1-0 up. Being a good start. My only worry is if we go 1-0 down, says John. Yeah, we just got to take... It's like Newcastle against Man City yesterday. You've just got to take it in stages. It's been a good first 10 minutes. Let's have another good 10 minutes now. That post is Liverpool's wake-up call, says Alvin. Varane has been dominant, by the way, at the back. I know it's very early days, but Varane's looked really good. That pace in the attack certainly looks... It's like Palace against Liverpool last week. You know, Liverpool will play a high line themselves, and there are balls in behind them. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Protesting against the owners, but giving it a rest for 5 minutes to run after a new 60 million signing for a picture. Fans got played again by the Glazers, says Lack. Look, I don't know. I don't know whether people thought that there would be a protest today and then the Glazers would sell tonight. But that's not. This is going to take patience and resilience. We won't get rid of the Glazers tonight. It will be about whether we can do it. And, you know, Casemiro will start against Southampton. Anthony will be signed this week. Will we lose the support for the Glazer out movement? We probably will, but that's on the individual. There are already fans that would rather chase Casemiro around 2 hours before than go to the protest, wouldn't they? So, you know, and I'm not judging those fans because, you know, that doesn't do us any favours. But the battle is to try and stay focused on getting the Glazers out of the club. There's a massive protest today, and we need to keep it going. But it's a good start on the football pitch. And look, you can support the team and want the Glazers out, by the way. 100% you can do that. I want Ten Hag to do well. I want United to win. But we'll never win the big prizes with the Glazers in charge. And that's why we need to get rid of them. Amongst other reasons as well. They're greedy. Parasites. Liverpool having a little bit more of the ball here. But they've not created anything, Liverpool. I think that's a much better from Manchester United. I did say that Liverpool midfield was a bit vulnerable. Fabinho, Thiago and Henderson, world class. Henderson, Milner and Harvey Elliott, not so much. Lovely ball by Van Dijk to Salah, though. And he gets past Malacia. Good tackle by Varane. Oh, Varane's brilliant. Varane's been brilliant in this game, hasn't he? Absolutely brilliant so far. Right, Rashford's got it on the right wing. Bruno. Oh, hit it first time, Ericsson. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Malacia. Disappointing. A lot of fans decided to go in from the start. They're the difference between the Glazers. Hold on a minute. Sancho. Yes! 1-0 to Manchester United. The calmness, the composure. He put Milner on his arse and sent him back to Leeds. And Manchester United lead. And Jadon Sancho. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. He didn't rush. He didn't rush it. He took his time. I need to see this again because it was absolute composure from Jadon Sancho. Alanga puts the cross in. A terrible start. Milner and Van Dijk are going at each other. He's not happy, Milner. He's shouting at Van Dijk. You're 1-0 down. You've been put on your arse. And Jadon Sancho here showing the quality we spent £74 million on. Varane starts this in his own half with a brilliant tackle. United go up the other end. We get the ball out to Alanga. 1-2 with Ericsson. The cross comes into Sancho. He goes to shoot. Milner's sent back to Leeds. And a bottom corner finish. Absolutely brilliant. Watch Sancho here. Here's a meme for you. Watch Milner. I've got my bags. I'm back to Leeds. Bye-bye. Sent him back to Leeds. Bottom off. Bottom corner. Sancho, lovely. 1-0. Love it. Sancho, fantastic. Composure. Love it. Love it. 1-0 to Manchester United. Deserved as well. Deserved. Good start from United. Much better. Much better from Manchester United in this first 15 minutes. Unrecognisable from every other game. And actually playing, what I said before the game is I want to see United actually playing like a little bit of a hint of how Ajax played, because we haven't seen that in 2 games. That goal starts with a brilliant tackle by Varane in the penalty box. He's done it 3 times already. Martinez and Varane are playing a high line. Liverpool can't get near our goal. Can't get near our goal because our line is so high. Watch it. If you're into your tactics, this is a big reason we're doing so well at the moment. Liverpool can't get anywhere near our goal. De Gea's had nothing to do. And Varane and Martinez are working brilliantly within the Ten Hag system. It's like Timber and Martinez of Ajax, but you've got this dominant centre-back in Varane who's just so good in the air. Clearly, Ten Hag knew something we didn't. Bruno playing so much better with this lineup. Hope this is the turnaround for Bruno and United, says Uncle Drew. Long way to go. Long way to go. I'd have snapped your hands off for a draw. We're winning. It's going to be a great game now, isn't it? But Varane looks absolutely superb. Well out Martinez. Comes to Milner on the edge. We're up to 14th in the league as well, as it stands. Oh, lovely play by Liverpool here, though. Wide shot by Diaz. He's the threat. He is the threat. He's been brilliant for Liverpool. Another Portuguese signing that came in January and immediately adapted to the Premier League, like Bruno did in the early days. 18 minutes gone, 1-0 to Manchester United. And let me just say, breaking news, thoroughly deserved as well. Really, really good play from Manchester United. Not a bad performance on the pitch either. So, yeah, we deserved it. 4 shots to their 0. Possession is Liverpool's, but it's sort of working for us because we're sort of doing what Fulham did as the home team. Let them have the ball, but they're not doing anything with it. And when we get the ball, move it. Love the Varane-Martinez partnership. Hope Ten Hag starts them from now on to show. Well, of course, the problem is, can Varane stay fit? But look, I was one of the few people who were publicly talking about it. I know a lot of you were, but I was saying, like, I can't understand this world where Rafael Varane, one of the world's best centre-backs, 4-time Champions League winner, is sat on the bench for Harry Maguire. I just couldn't understand it. I don't understand that sort of world. And, you know, tonight we've seen something that I just can't believe that Ten Hag didn't understand from minute one. We're in again here. This could be 2. The Rashford run. Oh, great block by Gomez. It could have been 2-0. I feel we need the second goal here. I really do feel like we need the second goal. We've got to put them to bed, you know. I know it's early, but it's bedtime for Liverpool here. Their midfield is not doing very well. They can't get up the pitch. Defence is getting overrun. What did I say? What did I say on That's Football when talking about Liverpool? Can't believe you've not bought a midfielder. And this is without Casemiro. Should be 2-0. I agree with you, Ryan. It should be. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Manchester United leading 1-0 here. Sancho took it so well. Real quality. 99% of players would have hit that first time and Milner would have blocked it. But he had the composure in the box to think, I'm gonna basically fake the shot, and it worked really well. Liverpool coming forward again, though. Varane reading it. No, Delo that time, to be fair. Now it's into Sancho. United little triangles working really well, really quick. Bruno a bit wasteful there, but you know he will be wasteful every now and again, won't he? He's probably having his best game in 4 months, Bruno. To be fair, so let's not let's cut him a little bit of slack. Time for a stretch. And a bad ball by Gomez, and Liverpool looking a bit rocked here. Glazers out. Mate. I hope nobody is starting to think, oh, we've got Casemiro, we're beating Liverpool. Let's forget about Glazers out. I'm telling you now, if we're winning this 4-0, Glazers out. God, if you're a United fan, the last 10 years is because of the Glazers. Don't start thinking because we're playing well against Liverpool and we're going to buy a couple of players that let's forget about the Glazer out movement. Because I've said it. I'll push it as far as I can, and a lot of other fans will, until it's obviously not going to happen. Like, we've got to keep pushing it because they can't be allowed to continue. We've beaten Liverpool with the Glazers. We have beaten Liverpool with the Glazers. It doesn't mean anything. You know, the Glazer out movement's got to continue. I'm hoping for a win. It doesn't change the fact the Glazers have got to go, says Brian. Absolutely, exactly. Rashford looks knackered already, says Matt. Mark, calm down. Not used to this. Your optimism is worrying me, says Graham. Long way to go, Graham. Long way to go. Good ball into Milner there. And a goal kick. Imagine this game with a player of Casemiro's stature in the game to think it might be over if we had him today, says Lucas. I mean, basically, you're taking McTominay out of the team and putting Casemiro in there. So the team would be playing even better. I mean, McTominay's not been bad. I must say McTominay's probably having one of his best games in a long time as well. Simply moving the ball about. But I've always said that about McTominay. Would I sell him? At the moment, probably not. But he's a bench player. That's what he is. He's a bench player. And, you know, in that team, McTominay gets dropped when Casemiro comes in. We all know that. Glazers out. Don't care if we win 10-0, says Kyle. We're doing a title charge, says Matt. Hey, let's not talk about anything stupid. But if we do win this, we're ahead of Liverpool. No, I'm not talking about that. Mark, the Glazers have to go. If we do get Frankie de Jong alongside Casemiro, this could be something to build on. And Maguire should go to Chelsea, says Brad. Martinez getting in everyone's grill. Great to see, says Lee. There's more organisation and there's more vocality in that team. Yeah, good point. Well, we expect Anthony to be coming in the next 24 hours. Alanga, good little run. And he has given the free kick. And he's going to book Joe Gomez. Good run by Alanga. See, I wouldn't have started Alanga in this game. I wouldn't have started Bruno in this game. But what did I say? This is what the coach earns the money from. He's probably seen something in training. And Alanga, again, I don't think Alanga's played well for 3 or 4 months. And again, he's having one of his better games. So, I mean, admittedly, Liverpool play quite open and high because they're confident that they can dominate games. So you can run at Liverpool. Trent's been booked, sorry, not Joe Gomez. Throw in Casemiro, Anthony, Frankie de Jong and Ronaldo, then we can compete, says Humphrey. I'm dying to see Van der Beek play. I wish he would have started as Victor. First time this season I've seen Maguire looking so composed as Brad. One swallow doesn't make a summer, Marks, as Colin. Ericsson with the cross. Oh, he went for a cross shot. And Alisson tipped it. One win means nothing. Important to maintain the Glazers out movement, says Colin. Guys, calm down. It's only a matter of time till Liverpool score, says Lee. Let's watch this from behind. It was going in the top corner, you know. Alisson would have been a prat if he'd let it in, but he still had to dive and tip it round. Good free kick from Ericsson. Another corner for United. 25 minutes gone. Can we end the game now? Malacia with the cross. And it's going to go out for a goal kick. Please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, it's free to do. Thanks everyone who's tuned in. Cyclone says Glazers out. We're only 200 subscribers away from 445,000. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And throw into Man United there. Could be, on the balance of play, we deserve to be 1-0 up. And if anybody deserved another goal, it would be us. Klopp looking a bit, well, he doesn't look as stressed as I thought he would, really, but look, in relation to Liverpool, there's a long way to go, but how relentless they were last year. I mean, they literally played every game possible. They got to the FA Cup final, the Carabao Cup final, obviously played all their 38 Premier League games, Champions League final. They played every game possible. Maybe this season it's a bit of a Brand's going to get booked now, but I think that was McTominay's fault. Let's have a look. Yeah, McTominay throws him a hospital pass and Varane gets booked. Shame that. McTominay's undercooked the pass for Varane and he's got to go. He's got to go for it. Diaz gets there first. Don't want to. It's only a yellow card, but one more and he's off. Ten Hag looks properly intense, almost scary, says Mikel. Martinez looks up to it. Love his attitude. He's got that dog in him. Also would like to see Garnacho over Elanga, says Braden. Do you think the players put more effort in to make Ronaldo look bad when not starting, says Daniel? Yeah, but it's not just Ronaldo not starting. Luke Shaw's not starting. Fred's not starting. Ronaldo's not starting. Maguire's not starting. Ten Hag looks... thanks very much for that. Look, at the moment, Ten Hag's got it right. Oh, no. Martinez loses it in a dangerous situation. No, we've got it. It's all right. Well, they've still got it with Trent. Now it's Salah. And shoots wide from Henderson. It was Bruno, not Martinez. Sorry. I do think we need to get a bit of momentum back because I think we were good for 2-0. I do think we were good for 2-0. Delot needs to be a bit careful as well. He's getting a bit. Oh, he's won the free kick though. Need to keep our discipline. I know, one thing we need to be very, very careful about here is we're winning 1-0. We deserve to be winning 1-0. Don't start getting indisciplined because you think, oh, I'm up for it and throwing silly tackles in because that's another way Liverpool might get back into this game. Don't want to get a silly red card or something like that. Glazers out, says Luke. Do you think the players have maybe reacted to their actually being favourites dropped like Luke Shaw and Maguire? I know Bruno and McTominay have started, but who else can you really start, says Luke. It was Bruno who gave it away. Yeah, we've established that. Thank you. Liverpool just coming into the game a little bit more. They're getting further up. They've not been doing this for the first 25 minutes. They're getting right up the pitch now, and I'm wondering why that's happening. Why are we letting them on the edge of our box? We've done really well, and suddenly they're getting on the edge of our box. Is that Liverpool going through the gears, or is it United dropping off a bit? Is the intensity dropping off? Varane should always start when in form, says Splashy. Corner to Liverpool. Now, this could be a problem for us because we don't have a lot of height. We've got McTominay and Varane, and that is it. And Rashford's marking Van Dijk. Got it out. Good. That's going for a goal kick. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. United leading 1-0 here, and deservedly so. A little bit more of a Van Dijk performance. Not a Van Dijk. A little bit more like a Man United Ten Hag performance so far. Much, much better. Casemiro watches on. He'll be wanting this win. Of course he will. He'll want to be coming into a team that's got something that's buildable upon. Many of us felt that maybe Manchester United would be losing this game today. Maybe we still will, but at the moment, we're looking good. We're 1-0 up, and deservedly so. That's the main thing. I think we're getting to that point now where I'd be saying, look, let's make sure we go in at half-time leading this game. If we get 2-0, great, but let's not, you know, it's such a psychological thing to be the better team, but then go in at half-time level. Like, we've got to go back in 1-0 up. You know, you've got to make Liverpool be the ones who've got to find the solutions at half-time. We don't want to be giving them some sort of momentum. And it has been quite predictable what we've done as well. We have looked for that long ball over the top with Rashford. I mean, it wouldn't work with Ronaldo, and it probably wouldn't work that well with Martial, but we've just basically tried to hit a lot of long balls into Rashford. And you probably can't do it against that many teams. Liverpool are probably one of the fewest teams. But 83% possession for Liverpool in the last 15 minutes, 67% possession overall. I would like to see United controlling the game a little bit more, but to be honest with you, I'd much rather Man United winning 1-0. And I think it's very obvious to say that whatever you think about Ronaldo and whatever you think about Maguire, you can also say this is a very tactical thing as well. You couldn't play Maguire in this team and have a high line like we've got with Varane and Martinez. And you couldn't play Ronaldo where Rashford is because he hasn't got the sprint pace that Rashford's got. So it works tactically, if it works tactically, and it has worked tactically so far. Sanchez got it. Henderson brings it away. But look at he's not got many options very quickly, and Liverpool just can't deal with the volume of red shirts that are around them every time they get the ball at the moment. 10 minutes to go to half-time. United leading 1-0. De Gea's not had a save to make. I'm sure he will have a save to make at some point. Mark, should Rashford be subbed off, says Jay Lings. Is Rashford having a bad game? I don't think any United players had a bad game so far. Best performance of the season so far, says Mank in Chicago. But if we concede, we need to not bottle it. And Martinez looks up to it. Love his attitude, says Braden. He's got that dog in him. Watch out. Look, good play by Liverpool here. They've got options. Into Trent. Cross comes in. Varane again. Good block by Eriksen as well. But it's Varane again, making an interception. My man of the match has been Rafael Varane so far. I know Sancho scored a goal, but Varane's made so many interceptions, and it was good play by Liverpool there, but Varane using his experience and anticipating where the cross was going, not waiting. So many of our centre-backs, Lindelof and Maguire, they wait for the cross. Varane's a sort of centre-back who goes and gets the cross. That Liverpool midfield's not that good. Milner, Elliott. I mean, Henderson's a good player, but I just don't think Milner and Elliott have been that good. Ten Hag's eyes are intense. Looks like an eagle looking for prey. Kind of scary, says Jack. Lots of people are making this comment about Ten Hag's eyes. George, thank you for the super chat. De Gea is afraid to make a short pass now, says the Genius Knows. I don't think he's afraid to. I just think, why take that risk at the moment? We're playing well. We're looking to hit on the break. I'd rather De Gea was hitting it along in a game like this anyway. Why invite the pressure? Is Maguire crying on the bench, says Show. Liverpool just can't get up the pitch. And look, they have got some injury issues. They've got Jota's out, Nunez is suspended, Matip, Konate, Thiago. I think Kate is still out as well. They've got a few injuries, but it's still Liverpool, one of the best teams in the world. Oh, Martinez, hard on Milner. Absolutely owned him there. Rashford gave it up a bit easy. He's got to work hard to get that back. Martinez just bullied Milner there. Poor old Milner. He might be retiring at half-time. He might do a Gary Neville here. He's been owned by Sancho. He's been owned by Martinez. He's getting owned by McTominay and Eriksen and Bruno. Might be time for Milner to pack it all in. Robertson. And De Gea picks it up. 8 minutes to half-time. Keep it going, lads. Keep it going. Let's get to half-time. Let's see how Ten Hag uses the subs while winning, says Alan. Eriksen running the midfield. Him and Casemiro will be class, says Anthony. Malasia's looking great, says Dan. I don't think there's a bad performance from United. I really don't. I even think McTominay's played well. Varane's in a bit of trouble here. Goes for a throw-in. Yeah, needed a bit of help there. Can't leave him on his own. Do I think Man United are going to win, Mehdi? Mate, to be honest with you, the way we've played this season so far, I'm thinking if we don't concede 2, we get a point. So, you know, I do think we're well worthy of being 1-0 up. You could argue that we might even deserve to be 2-0 up. Right, Milner's going in the book here, surely. Surely he's going to book him. It's just spat on his face. Is now well now. Is he not booking him? Surely that's a booking. Hey, Varane, have a word. As much as fun as it is watching United fail, this is the best result for Spurs, so we can celebrate together if it happens, says Bram. The Luke Shaw snagged anyway, says Mark. The Glazers' 17-year plan is finally flourishing. Long live our overlord, says Central Goat. And Boris Johnson has a better chance in this team than Donny van der Beek, says Gurgen. I think we're going to need what I will say is I think we're going to need another goal if we want to win this game. I can't see us keeping a clean sheet against Liverpool. And I do feel in the last 10 minutes we're inviting a bit of pressure, which I don't like. I thought the first 25 minutes fantastic, but we're starting to invite a bit of pressure here, and I just don't think you can do that if you're looking to win the game. Glazers out, no matter the score. Yeah, 100% with that, Jared. Glazers out. We'd never, ever keep possession because of Bruno. Good player, just not a possession player, says Justice Clark. And I've noticed when we're... Wait a minute, see what happens here. Trent Robertson's got it. I've noticed when we're not in possession, we have a much better shape in midfield and there's much more intent on how we're defending, says Patrick. I think it's a great point about Bruno because the possession stats are not good for United in this game. Liverpool are hovering around 65, 70% possession and we're the home team. So, yeah, I think we are set up to get the ball and move it quickly. Good cross again. Comes to the edge of the box. Salah. Good block by Martinez. Martinez and Varane. Very, very good. Good communication between the back five. They seem focused, the back five, don't they? They seem up for it. They seem like they're enjoying each other's company, like a lad's night out. Everyone, all for one and one for all. Not really seen that from United. And Martinez with a great block there. I'll win 100 bucks if you lot win, says Oscar. Corner to Liverpool. McTerminator picking his passes today. He's been winning the ball and not losing to a Liverpool midfield. I'll have whatever he's drinking, says David. Cross comes in. What the fuck? What the fuck just happened there? I think Bruno tried to score a goal. He hadn't scored up the other end. I think he volleyed it against his own post. I don't know. What was that? So, cross comes in. Free header for Milner. Oh, my God. Bruno would have scored. And Martinez stops it on the line. Oh, my God. That is... Wow, it should be 1-1. It should be 1-1. Bruno whacks it into his own goal. And it's Martinez's chest. Very lucky for United. I mean, we need a bit of luck. We don't deserve to be 1-1, but that was just weird. If you didn't see it, Milner heads it, goes to the back post. Bruno goes to clear it and ends up volleying it into his own goal, but it hits Martinez on the body, who's on the line and bounces away. Crazy. Crazy. We don't talk about Bruno, says Ems Weekly. Now, here's a nice ball into Rashford. Tries to... Oh, come on, Rashford. What the fuck? He tried to do a Ronaldo chop against Van Dijk. If I was Van Dijk, as I went to get the ball, I'd have slapped Rashford round the face and said, who do you think I am? You're not training against Maguire now. Do you think I'm falling for that? Mark, could Van der Beek and play in McTominay's position and would he play any better? Says Harsh. I think McTominay's playing tonight for height as well. I said this before the game. Varane's the only good header of the ball height-wise in that whole team. You've got no Ronaldo there, no Maguire, both good in the air. So if you don't pick McTominay, you've got no height. Varane again with the recovery tackle. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, it's free to do. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. We're only 3 minutes away from half-time here. 3 minutes from half-time. Get to half-time, 1-0. Very important. Liverpool nearly getting back into it. Cross comes in from Robertson. Headed away by that man again. You know his name. RV. Rafael Varane. He's like an engine. RV14 model. Brilliant performance. Make sure you share the video, by the way. We've got 81,000 people watching. Could go over 100k here if United are still winning in the second half. Varane, absolutely superb, by the way. World class. Absolutely world class. We don't talk about Bruno. Well, he nearly scored, but it would have been at the wrong end. How long's the referee going to add on here? Oh, bloody hell. Van Dijk and Alisson got nearly letting Alanga in. I tell you what, Delow's having a good game as well. Oh, he's going to get booked. He's going to get booked. I think Delow's almost like a McTominay, you know. He's a yellow card waiting to happen. I said this 10 minutes ago about Delow. Nah, it's been coming, you know. It's been coming. He's been a bit hot-headed. I think he gets the ball, to be fair. You could see that coming with Delow, though. Somebody needed to have a word with him and tell him just to calm down. You're doing a good job. Don't pick up a yellow card. Because a red card undermines this whole performance. Indiscipline is as bad as a bad performance. So they've got a chance to whip a cross in Liverpool here. Yeah, I think Delow's played really well. But I think he's been a bit aggressive. And controlled aggression is fine, but picking up yellow cards. Only going to be 1 minute added on as well. Good one, Michael Oliver. Tell you what, Liverpool fans will be panicking here because Man United aren't winning because of luck. Manchester United are winning because they're the better team. And referee blows up for half-time. Manchester United go in 1-0 at half-time and thoroughly deserving 1-0 at half-time. Jurgen Klopp sprinting in. I don't know why. I'm not clapping Jurgen Klopp for his running technique. I'm clapping Manchester United and specifically Bruno, get away from the fucking ref. Why is he captain? He's so petulant. You're meant to be the bloody captain of the team. Stop moaning at the referees. I don't like it. Nobody likes it. Ricky's going to go mad. You're the captain. Every minute. This has been Bruno's problem for the last 4 months. He gets into arguments with referees and it takes away from his performance. Focus on you. I've trained and played at all levels, right? Every coach has said to me, don't waste your time. Once the referee's made his decision, he won't change it. Tell me an example when a referee will change his decision on a yellow card. They won't. There's no VAR. They won't change their mind. It's wasted energy. Just focus on the game. And what a half it's been from Manchester United. You could argue it could be 2-0. You could argue it could be 1-1, actually, because that was lucky with Bruno. But overall, Manchester United, absolutely the better side in that half. Why have we been the better team? Yes, there's more concentration. Yes, there's more effort. But the main reason we've been the better team is because we've actually tactically, and if we can just pause it on the stats, Jorty, there. Look at those stats, right? 70% possession for Liverpool, 30 for United. 6 shots for Liverpool, 5 for United. 1 on target, 1-0. We've had the same amount of corners. They've had double the amounts of passes. Ten Hag will not like that. On any other day, Ten Hag would be like, that's not me. I'm the other way round. I'm the manager that has 70% possession. I'm the manager that wants double the amount of passes. Look at our pass completion rate, 70%. That's shit. That is not Ten Hag. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that. But tactically, he's looked at this game today and gone, I'm going to play in a way that's not my way to get a result. Now, Ollie would go with a back five and park the bus and hit on the break. We've actually played a high line, but given up the possession. This is not a Ten Hag performance, but it's not a park the bus counter. He's still played the high line. And when we've got the ball, we've moved it quickly. And a couple of times we've been in and we could have made it 2-0. At the moment, it's a really good tactical approach to the game from Ten Hag. Because Liverpool have found it very difficult to get into our box. Now, when we went to Anfield under Ranić and when we were at Old Trafford with Ollie, they were we almost invited them into our box. Deep line, back fives, whatever we did. We won't let them near our goal. We're playing a high line. Varane and Martinez have been superb. Varane's been the pick of the lot. But it's really caused Liverpool problems because they can't get up to our box without working for it. And actually, we've won the midfield battle. McTominay, Bruno and Eriksen have beaten Liverpool's weak area. I think Liverpool's defence is strong. Their front line is strong. But their midfield, Milner has had a nightmare. Elliott I've hardly noticed, and Henderson, well, he can't do it all on his own. So, yeah, look, Thiago, Fabinho, they're not playing, but we've actually got hold of the midfield a little bit better as well. So, look, so far, so good. We've got to half-time, 1-0. We've got to keep that up. I didn't like the last 10 minutes. I felt we were inviting a bit of pressure from Liverpool. They could have been 1-1 with that Bruno mistake, but they're not. We've got to get more Elanga and Rashford in the game second half, because first 20 minutes we look good. Liverpool seem to have figured us out a bit, and Rashford's not in the game at the moment, and we're not getting Elanga in the game. We look like we could have scored a second goal halfway through the half. I think at the moment, the way the game's panning out, we're either going to win it 1-0 or Liverpool are going to equalise. I don't see a goal from us at the moment. We need to get a goal threat back. Good lead, but we're back into counter-attack. FC, Ten Hag forced to sacrifice his style to get results. All too familiar, says Mr. Glenn Johnson. Someone check Malacia and Dalot's pockets. Salah and Diaz have gone missing. This is what I wake up at 5 a.m. for, says Gus. I've got to say we look a lot stronger without Maguire playing. We actually look solid for once. It's the high line, Ross. It's not even rocket science. If you play Maguire, there's been so many times in that half where Varane and Martinez are on their own. Malacia and Dalot are on the attack. You can't do that with Maguire. He cannot be left on his own. He's just not got the recovery pace. Come on, United. Glazers out, says LOL. No surprise, no Maguire, no Ronaldo, and we have energy and running. McTominay started to hide towards the end of the half, says Treble Champ. Bruno's having a fantastic game. Keane was just as petulant. Mark, get used to it. No, he wasn't, Audi. What you're doing there is you're taking one or two clips of Roy Keane, and he wasn't like that. He wasn't like that. He would get angry, but Bruno is constantly moaning. He's moaning all the time. And I don't think Bruno's had a great game at all. I think he's been better than the last 4 months, but I don't think Bruno's been amazing. He's been better. And, let's not forget Alanga's shot that hit the post where Bruno had to stretch for that overhit pass by McTominay and did superbly well. But we're well deserving of the win so far. I've got to say we look a lot stronger without Maguire playing, says Ross Knight. And someone check, I've done that one as well. Look, got nearly 100,000 people watching. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And don't forget, we've got an £800 voucher that we're giving away exclusively for you through Boohoo Man Active. I'm wearing one of their Boohoo Man Active tops here. It is in the United colours, but it's Boohoo Man Active. It's got the nice little label on there. £800 voucher given away to one of you. We'll announce the winner on Monday lunchtime. To enter, scan the QR code with your phone next to me or go through the link in the description. Big shout out to Boohoo Man. What would I change for United? Absolutely nothing at the moment. I think Liverpool are the team have got to change, and I would react to that. If I was Liverpool, I would be changing my midfield. I don't know what options they've got. I know Fabinho's on there. I don't know why Fabinho's not starting. But look, Liverpool at the moment are looking at 2 points from 9. They've got to make the change. If I was Ten Hag, I'd be saying to Rashford and Elanga, look, just hold your run a little bit. We will get the chance with Eriksen and Bruno at some points to feed you in. Hold the line. Don't get caught offside. Keep making the runs, intelligent runs, and we will get you in, and you've got to take that chance. For now, I think United need to just push up a little bit more, stop inviting the pressure, get the second goal, and we'll win the game. I think we need the second goal to win the game. I'll be very surprised if Liverpool don't score. Do you think Wan-Bissaka gets a look in soon because of Dalot's ferocity and Wan-Bissaka's speed? It would not. I mean, Adam, you make a good point. It might be worth bringing Wan-Bissaka on at some point. I am a little bit concerned about the yellow card to Varane and the yellow card to Dalot. Dalot has been very aggressive. He needs to control that aggression, especially against Diaz. And Varane, I mean, he got a yellow card because McTominay underhit the pass. He's got to go and make the tackle on Diaz. But interestingly enough, both our yellow cards come for fouls on Diaz. Diaz is a slippery customer, and we've got to be careful with him. And both our defenders on Diaz's side are on a yellow card. So we don't want a performance like this to fall down the drain because of the red card, do we? And a red card against Liverpool would be catastrophic. Bobs, welcome to the Members Club. What do you think about the passion on the team's side, says United 99? Look, I'm not going to praise the passion. Like, this is where we go wrong. Oh, the passion. We're Manchester United. The passion should come as standard. It's disgusting what they did last season, and it's disgusting what they did last week and against Brighton. I'm not going to praise them for putting effort in, because that should happen anyway. That should be standard. I choose to focus on the tactical things that I've been impressed upon, and I've been very impressed with Varane. He's my man of the match so far. Martinez has worked so well with him. I mean, I think Carragher and everyone else needs to shut up about Martinez because, yes, Martinez looked dodgy against Brighton and Brentford. But I think a lot of that was to do with playing with Maguire, who just clearly has got no confidence and leadership skills. Because you look at Martinez and Varane, it's like they've been on holiday together. They're like best mates. They're really in for it and up for it. In 45 minutes, Varane has looked more like a captain than Maguire has in his whole career, says John. I will never... Look, we don't want to focus on the past. We don't want to focus on the negatives. I'll never understand why Varane was benched in the first place for the first 2 games. Maguire out and no shot on target from Liverpool, says Drew. It's been a fantastic defensive display. Casemiro in for Scott in this team, to shake the levels it will go up is inexplicable. Well, that's what we've got. I mean, look, what we've got to do in a playing... And can I just say, Glazers out, Glazers out, Glazers out. Like, we cannot lose track of getting the Glazers out of this club. We'll never win anything with the Glazers. But in the Ten Hag short-term, what's going on now, get the win against Liverpool, get a win against Southampton, get a win against Leicester, 9 points on the board, and let's start getting this season back on track. That has to be the motivation in a playing sense. We should get Martial and play Rashford on the wing. We need a little bit of Martial's finishing, says Sachin. Varane impressed me for 45 minutes. I still think he's captain material, says Jay. If we lose now, then we'll break our own record of not losing a game when winning at half-time at home, says Richard. I didn't know that. Mohit, why did we play the last 10 minutes like it's full-time and keep defending? Rashford, Bruno stopped pressing, says Mohit. Something changed in the last 20 minutes of that half. I don't know whether it was tiredness or whatever, but we did. First half an hour, 25 minutes, Liverpool couldn't get up the pitch. Last 15 minutes, they're getting into our box too easy. Why is that? Is that Liverpool going up a couple of gears, or is it United dropping off a couple of gears? But we need to get them back up the pitch, keep them away from our goal. You invite Liverpool on, but look, Trent's not brilliant defending, but you give him in the attacking third, he's world class. Robertson's the same. We've got to keep him away from our goal. Diaz is the key as well. Salah's quiet. Do you think we play better with the foreign players over the English players, says Long? I don't know. I don't know about that, really. Martinez has been great. Partnered with Varane is a dream, says Stephen. Glazers out. Good luck to the players. This fixture should be one of the highlights of the season. High line, Eric Ten Hag, bread and butter. The crowd showing what playing for United means, says SK. Casemiro, Martinez and Varane will work great, says Show. Glazers out, says United 1999. Does Bruno play better when Ronaldo's not playing, says Darren? I think there is. I don't... Look, can we remove ourselves from Bruno's arse? Possession is below 40% for United. I still do not think Bruno Fernandes suits Eric Ten Hag. He suits a game like this where he's trying to play the killer pass to get Rashford and Elanga in. But if we want to be a possession team, Bruno gives the ball away too much. So it's not as simple as going, keep Ronaldo on the bench and play Bruno. What happens when we play Southampton? Are they going to play a high line and attackers? No, we're going to have a lot of the ball ourselves. So I think this has been a very good tactical selection from Eric Ten Hag. But not many teams will play like us against Liverpool at Old Trafford. Liverpool think they're better than us. They've probably got every right to think that. And they've played on the front foot expecting to beat us 3 or 4-0. And that's how Liverpool play against everybody. And we won't have a team play like this. Leicester won't play like this. And Southampton won't play like this. So I would just take it every game as it comes. And so far, so good. Malassi has played well, says Ardy. I wouldn't give him man of the match, though. I mean, if you've been watching a different game if Varane's not your man of the match, mate. Bruno needs to stop pressing by himself. He leaves the midfield empty. We've got, you know what, Anmar? I think you hit on something that's really important. We need to maintain discipline and focused aggression, and we need to push them up the pitch. United love the passion from the players so far. Keep it up. Shout out to Tyler in Raleigh, North Carolina, says Anthony Lawless. We look tired by the end of the half, giving silly tackles, says Marriott. You know what? You know what, though? Somebody said this. How will Ten Hag use his bench? Liverpool's bench is not as strong as ours because of the injuries they've got. We've got options on the bench. We've got Fred, we've got Donny, we've got Martial, we've got Ronaldo. If people get tired, like Rashford, you take them off for Martial. If Bruno's fading or Eriksen fades, you've got Fred and you've got Donny. I think subs are going to be really important. Martial's coming on. There you go. We're just talking about it. Martial is coming on. So Martial must be on for Elanga, I think. So there you go. I don't know whether that's because of injuries, but I do agree that, you've got to rotate things around. It's 5 subs now, nothing to fear. Looking forward to the second half. It's been so many times we were great in the first half and gave it away in the second, says Drub. Mark, understand the Langer selection. He provides defensive cover and constant running that Rashford can't, says Jay. I think he might be off now, Jay. I was worried for Malacia going against Salah. He's held his own, to be fair. Martinez and Varane at the back gives me much more confidence. You know what, Iffy? Who knows what happens in the second half? But you're right. For the first time in a long time, I've had genuine confidence in our defence. Whenever Rashford covers Sancho's position, Dalot gets isolated with Robertson and Diaz. He never tracks back. Last season, even Ronaldo showed him how. Anthony and his agent putting photos of them watching the game, says Joshua. And Mark having trouble understanding why Tellez gets so much stick, can be defensively suspect, but move forward and shoot the ball. He doesn't play for United anymore, Carson. He's on loan. Ronaldo spun Carragher around just like the old days, says Brian. And remove Bruno, push Eriksen up, bring on Fred or Donny, Martial and Ronnie, says Christopher Day. Well, I believe Alanga's off for Martial. Martial's definitely coming on. Marshall is definitely coming on. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. Please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, 1 click. It's free to do. Mark, do you think we should keep... Mark, do you think we should keep everything the same or try to implement Ronaldo at some point, says TX? I don't think he would be looking to bring Ronaldo on in a game like this, to be fair. I really don't. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. We are getting really close to 448,000 on the road to 450. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Martial is coming on. I believe it's for Elanga. That would be the logical substitution. Although Elanga didn't have a bad first half, I wonder whether it would be maybe injury related. I don't know. Or maybe it's part of the plan. He can only play 45 minutes. Who knows with Ten Hag? Maybe it was just a job. But Rashford probably going to go to the wing and Martial through the middle. Maybe it's just a tactical change. Yeah, Rashford's back out. Yeah, it's a Langer off for Martial. Trent couldn't handle Langer. He's off. Jesper, Stephen. Varane, man of the match so far. Martinez close second, although not perfect, says Jesper. The stats don't justify how well United have played. Shockingly good to me. The eye test tells you we have been the better team through 45, says CR7. And United has never lost a match at Old Trafford when leading the game going into half-time. Well, there you go, Akshay. We don't want to lose that record. I'm really scared that they might try to overrun Dalot and Varane. Yeah, they are the weakness. They played well, but they're both on a yellow card. So we need protection from Sancho and McTominay. Premier League history, 20 games, winning at half-time, never lost. Anthony's agent on Instagram watching the game with him. We're off, second half. We need to get up the pitch, second half. Got to get up the pitch, second half. Don't invite the pressure. Liverpool are going to come for it. You up, mate? 17, 18, 19, 20. Milner with the shot. See, we're inviting pressure here. Get rid of it, Bruno. Oh, fucking hell, Bruno. Oh, he wins it back. Good luck. Good luck there. Good luck. Bit of luck there. We need a bit of luck. Martial's probably on to look after the ball better. Martial's hold-up play is good, says Bradley. You should totally take over the Glazers. Get them out, mate, says Giant Bullsack. I'm sure a blind Brazilian kid who listens to dubstep could do a better job. Flawless football there. Worried about the yellow cards. Look, 45 minutes. It's a big 45 minutes for United. Glazers out. Glazers out. Don't forget that. Over any result, over any signing, get the Glazers out. Oh, McTominay. Good recovery by Bruno. We're a little bit sloppy start here. Switch on. Who's the captain? Switch on. Giving up stupid possession. Bruno, McTominay, stupid possession, inviting the pressure. Goal kick, that's good. Eriksen is different gravy, says Tom Tit. Where's Harry? Van Dijk hasn't been the same since Mitrovic, says Ara. Ronaldo just staring forward, not talking to anyone. He won't be happy. I mean, he's one of the world's greats. He should be playing, but look, at the end of the day, we need 3 points, and it's not gone bad without him. Ahoy! There you go. Wanted a wave. Martinez battling, and free kick to Liverpool. Discipline, discipline, discipline. I think we're going to have a very interesting second half. I'd be stunned if this finishes 1-0. Next goal's key. If United concede, we know what heads can do. They can drop. If we get the second goal, I think Liverpool will find it very difficult to get back into it. Robertson with the cross. It's a good one. Headed away. Oh, Rashford's got to do a bit better there, but wins the header. Good pressing by Bruno. Switches it to Trent. Oh, he's got past Malacia. Martinez is there. Might go for a corner. No, he has gone for a corner. Oh, like went for a throw-in. So happy for Ten Hag. Glazers out, says Aditya. No, is it a throw-in or is it a corner? The only thing that would make my mood happy, even happier right now, is seeing more of Beth, says Blink. Well, you will. She'll be doing a match reaction. There you go. Corner to Liverpool. God, I'm tense. Focus, focus, focus. Corner comes in. Salah on the volley. Over the bar. You've got to ask a question why Salah's unmarked on the edge of the box. You know, one of the world's best players. Why no one's marking him on the edge of the box? That's not great. That's not great from United, look. He's got a volley on the edge of the box, actually in the box. We've got to wake up a little bit there. It's not good enough. 5 minutes gone, though. 40 to go. I don't want this half to be like that, though. We've got to be a threat. Rashford on the left. Back. Oh, cookie now. Of course, Martial's playing down the middle now. Oh, lovely play by Martinez. So strong to win the ball up high up the pitch. This is part of his strength is he can just move up from the centre-back position and win the ball in the midfield. Martial into Bruno. This is good play by United. So good by Martinez there, the way he steps up and just bullies the midfielder off the ball. Rashford a bit wasteful again. Keep the momentum up. Not quite been at the races again, Rashford, has he? I'd probably give him a 6. I don't think he's been bad, but again, just not, you know, you want a little bit more. Plenty of time, but you want a little bit more from Marcus, really. Another free kick for United here. It's all good. Keep them up the other end. Keep the ball in their half, not ours. Man of the match so far for me would be Varane and then Martinez. I think those two have been very good. It's up for grabs. It's up for grabs. But Liverpool's midfield's been really poor. I think can't take anything away from United. Can't take anything away from United. They've played well, but that Liverpool defense, that Liverpool midfield is weak. It's weak. It is weak, and we took advantage of it. Kaladin says we need a new winger. Well, Anthony, hopefully. Centre half's playing well. It's quite refreshing, says Jim. Oh, we were talking about it at half time, Jim. I mean, I think that the defence actually fills me with some confidence. For the last 2 years, whatever combo we've gone with, I've always felt that we're just vulnerable. You can get at our centre-backs. We saw it in pre-season as well. Melbourne Victory did it. But for the first time in a long time, I feel like we've got a centre-back pairing that you can be confident in. That doesn't mean they're not going to make mistakes. Doesn't mean Liverpool won't score, but they just look very focused and well organised. Varane winning the header again. Here we go. This should be a goal. Martial, he's on. Rashford's on. You've got to take it, mate. Yes! 2-0! He's onside. We were just talking about Rashford. Martial times it to perfection, and Rashford gives us the win. Well, no, I'm not saying that. Rashford gives us the finish. Absolutely brilliant play by Martial. Times it to perfection. Rashford makes it 2-0, and United deservedly in front here as Martial makes instant impact. Rashford is brilliant in this situation. But look what happens. Henderson makes the mistake. But look at the work by Martial. He holds it. Oh, he's offside. No. I don't think he is offside. I don't think he is. Yeah, it's dangerous to say. Oh, it's Rashford. It's Rashford, isn't it? He'll be off. The one player you know he's timed his run wrong. What a finish as well. He'll be off. Is he off? I think he's on. He's onside! Get in! 2-0 to Manchester United. He's timed it to perfection. He's finished it to perfection. A bit of confidence for Rashford. Martial, superb in the build-up. And Manchester United lead 2-0. Get in. Martial, superb in the build-up. Absolutely superb. And Manchester United lead 2-0. And we said about the first goal of the second half being key. I don't see a way back for Liverpool now. Not to win the game. I'm not jinxing it. I do not see, from what I've seen so far, I don't see this Liverpool side coming back and winning this game. And men, I'd have snapped your hands off for a draw before the game. Absolutely snapped your hands off. Oh, great. What's fucking Eriksen doing there? You've just been outpaced by Milner. Because it could have been 2-1. It's not. I retract what I just said. Anything could happen in this game. Rashford with a bit of confidence now, though. Corner to Man United. And it is Trent, the weakness again. Look, in all sorts of trouble, Trent there. It's a lovely finish by Rashford. One thing I'd always say about Marcus Rashford, in a one-on-one situation, he is absolutely superb at it. He really is. 2-0 to United. Bit of confidence in the team. Eriksen on the corner. Headed away. The crowd has been amazing. Varane. Oh, could have been 3. Rashford through the crowd. Alisson making a great save. The crowd's been amazing, says SK. Lovely. Rashford, Martial, Sancho. Come on, lads. We also need some legs in the midfield, says SK. Could have been 3-0 there. Bad to worse for Liverpool. Manchester United bouncing back from annihilation at Brentford, winning 2-0 against the mighty Liverpool at Old Trafford. Football, you just can't predict it. Can't believe we have a game like this on Monday, says Zion. Oh, Rashford likes playing against Liverpool. Top scorer. 5 goals in the last 11 games. We've got to play the game now, not the don't play the bloody occasion, play the game. Ericsson shoots wide. I mean, Liverpool did have a good chance, didn't they, at 2-0? We didn't get to see it back. I think De Gea made a save. Milner came in down the right-hand side. They've not shown it. Fabinho's coming on. Not 100% sure why Fabinho wouldn't even start. Do you think the Glazers out will get lost in celebrations? I hope not, Daniel. I really hope not. But you know how fickle football is. I'm not even talking about United fans. You know how football works. You lose a game and Glazers out trends. You win a game against Liverpool and, you know, different thoughts. McTominay needs to pass the ball there. Thinks he's bloody Luther Matthäus trying to run it through the midfield. 2-0 is a dangerous score. It is. It's a bloody good score, but it's a dangerous one. Martial, lovely hold-up play. Gets it to Rashford. Come on. What a ball. No, Alisson will get that. Oh, I'm just thinking 1-0. I'm thinking 3-0. Ten Hag showing his class tactically, says IMAX. Thanks everybody who's watching, by the way. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Fabinho's coming on. Presume it's Milner going off. No, it's Henderson going off. Half an hour to go. Drotty just said we did beat them 4-0 in pre-season, so we shouldn't be surprised. They're not very good. I you know, it's not my problem, but I do wonder if Liverpool are just spent. Not in the sense that they're never going to win anything, but so much effort went into last season, relentless effort. Is 6 weeks enough to recover from that effort? Have they got a bit of a hangover from last season? Can Liverpool do that year after year? Maybe they have to do 1 year on, 1 year off. You know, we've seen it happen to them before. In the COVID year, they fell off, didn't they? So, you know, maybe that's the case. Please do subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. We're getting really close to 450,000. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Let's see if we can hit it. Loads of people are watching. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe for free. Get involved with the United Stand. Live every night at 10 o'clock. McTominay, you've got an assist on. Oh, come on, Scott. You've just got to beat the man there. Could have been 3-0 there. I'd like to see that again. I thought McTominay just had to whip that cross in and we've got a man over, but we look more likely getting the third goal here. Glazers out. Glazers out. Glazers out. Don't forget, Glazers out. We'll never win a Premier League title with this lot in charge. We'll just be living off this sort of stuff. It's so important. As much as this has been good from United, we've beaten Liverpool with Ollie. We've beaten Man City with Ollie. We've beaten Man City with Mourinho. We'll never win a league title with the Glazers in charge. Do not let your anger and frustration towards the Glazers disappear because we're winning and playing well. We will never win anything with the Glazers of note because their sole motivation is money and brand. We can do this. We can win these sort of games, but we can't win titles because they're not interested in being a football club. Really important that you don't lose your fire to change the Glazers out movement. We still have to do it. We want them out because the bad times will come rolling back as they always do. We're the only team that improves by dumping our captains, as Gerchen. Welcome to Members Club, Jack. This clock is going too slow. Can we complain? It's been on 60 minutes for about an hour. Half an hour still to go. I want 20 minutes to go. I want 5 minutes to go, really. Defensively, we've looked so solid, though. I wouldn't dare tweet it, but we have. Martial up against Gomez. This could be it. Oh, could have been it. Martial, back post, back post. Oh, Rashford was free. There's another goal in this game for Rashford. Liverpool, unless Liverpool change massively, I just don't. They're just not intimidating at all. Salah's been so quiet as well. Good. Glazers out. Let's make it 3-0, says Reverse Clouds. Big up to Varane and Martinez from now on, please. Liverpool missing Mane big time, says Blink. Klopp's Borussia team also burnt out, says Dan. Yeah, I don't want to say anything about Liverpool because there's still a long way to go. Gomez. That's a good cross. What we doing? Firmino kicks thin air. Switch on, Delo. I tell you what, I'd cry if Liverpool found a way to draw this game. It would be a huge injustice. We've got to get these 3 points here. Watch the Premier League table as it goes round as well. We're not in the bottom 3 anymore. We're above Liverpool because it's as it stands, but still plenty of time left here. Salah. We're inviting a bit of pressure here. That's a goal kick. Good. Mark Van Dijk. It's got them pink boots on, says Mon. Glazers out. No matter the score, says Jared. Are we now going to have a pundit saying Rashford is United striker solution, says Crush? But I don't think Rashford played well as a striker. He's playing off the left second half. That's where he's looked a lot better off the left. McTominay's not playing well, says Seb Watson. He's done all right, McTominay. I'd probably give McTominay a 6.5, really. I'd give him... it'd be interesting to see what you do in your player ratings. Look, McTominay's McTominay. Sometimes he's average and most of the time he's crap. But today he's been slightly better than average, and we have won the midfield battle. Hopefully this isn't a one-off game for Rashford, says James. I don't think Rashford's played well, mate. I don't. I think he's scored a good goal and hopefully he can build his confidence. But I don't think Rashford's played well. Goals can escalate your game, and God, we needed him to score. It's been too long, and this happens a lot with players. They score a goal and they get the confidence back, and Rashford hasn't been playing well or looking happy for a long time. And I like Rashford. I'm not one of the people that thinks he's crap, but he took the goal really well, and hopefully he can build in confidence from that. Liverpool are doing well here. Back post. There's a long way to go. There's still 25 minutes to go. We can't drop off. Malacia is a major standout for me. Has had Salah in his pocket, says Mason. I think Malacia should have started as the left back against Brighton. I thought he'd done enough in pre-season, to be fair. Unfortunately, this will cloud people's judgment and people won't want the Glazers out. They will just be a sheep to the Glazers. This will stop the momentum and people wanting about this is not good for the club, says Eagles Hair. And how full is the stadium, Mark? What happened with the protests? Amazing show as always. Well, the protest took place, Jive, and the stadium is full. Glazers out, says Rob. I'll put a tweet out. Corner to Liverpool. And you know what? If we win today, and I hope we do win today, things will hopefully get better. But there'll still be bad results that happen. Good save by De Gea. Straightforward save, but he's got to make it. Fabinho, header on the back post. Watch Maguire start next game, says Isaac. Well, the only thing that will make Maguire start is my concern is Varane is injuries, isn't it? Like, unfortunately, Varane does get injured a lot. So, I mean, look at that. 68% possession for Liverpool. It's been a very, very We're looking tired, says SK. We need subs. You know, it's been a very tactical approach from Ten Hag. We've tried to hit them on the break, but play a high line. And I'd put a sub in the midfield, definitely. People saying Malacia and Martinez were backup players. They are the sort of players we need, fighters, but got quality as well. Shaw and Maguire out, says David. It'd be very hard for Shaw and Maguire to get back into this team. It would be very hard for Ronaldo to get back into this team if he still stays at the club. I mean, this might just be the way that everybody gets what they want now. You know, maybe we sort of find a way for Ronaldo to go, but then we would be short. We would be short up front. I mean, if Ronaldo wasn't on the bench, you're one injury away from having to play Elanga, Rashford and Sancho again. So, I mean, Anthony's going to come in. I don't know. Maybe we let Ronaldo go. We get Gakpo and Anthony, and then we've got options. But I certainly don't think you'd start Ronaldo against Southampton, would you? You know, you wouldn't start Maguire. This has been Maguire's best performance, as Jameson. I've been waiting for that all night. Mark, would you look at that bench, the English, and we win, says Gore? And sent you an email, read Glazers out strategy, says Scotty. Mate, don't send me emails about Glazers out strategy. I don't have, you know, I'm happy to support things, but I don't have the capacity or the sway to set things up and run it. That's never been the way the United stand is. You know, we're better off being used as a platform to promote things. Unfortunately, it's just never going to be that, as people will know. Is that going to be a corner? No, he's kept it for a throw. Malacia. Glazers rubbing their hands at this result will do wonders for keeping them in control, says MI. I've had it with people saying it will cloud over the Glazer out movement. It will only fade if we let it. Don't stop, says Reverse Clouds. Exactly. Keep the momentum going. No one's talking about Ericsson, but I see him clearly, him and Malacia's efforts, says Christopher. Trent with the cross. Varane again. Varane again. Oh, just magnificent again. It's been superb. I just tweeted it. Fred's coming on. I think this is a clever thing. Probably come on for Ericsson, I think. I doubt it will take McTominay off because of his height. Defence has just been so good tonight. Just woke up in Australia. Great scoreline. Hopefully we can keep it up. Any word on where Ghana is? He's being sold, Slick. Would love to see some Swedes, says Derek. Sue, I think it speaks volumes that Maguire, Ronaldo and Shaw get benched when we play like this, says Scott Andrews. It's 25. It's Sancho coming off. So probably go Diamond in the midfield. But I tell you what, though, to be fair, Sancho's been quite quiet. Goals can mask performances. I think Sancho, I don't think Sancho's played badly, but I haven't noticed Sancho a lot in this game. Do you think we should bench Bruno and start Ericsson with Casemiro? Well, no. You bench McTominay. Arch. Do you think this will be Ten Hag's new starting lineup, says James? Well, you shouldn't be changing the winning team. Varane has definitely showed Maguire where he belongs, says the United Gazette. Varane best game in a United shirt so far, says Jacob. And if we come out of this game with a clean sheet, I'm giving Varane a 10 out of 10, says the RRP. Think we need to change in the midfield. Legs look tired, says Angry Brit. Look, there's still 20 minutes to go here. Opinion on fourth place and getting the Glazers out. John, I still think fourth place will be very difficult for us. I mean, as bad as Liverpool's start to the season has been, we'd only be a point ahead of them. So, look, saying we're going to finish above even Liverpool, they're only a point behind us if we win. Long way to go. This Varane guy has a future. Hopefully he can win a World Cup and some Champions League, says Ali. I'm getting tense now. Goal kick. Lovely play by Fred there. Good. Good. Keep it up. Keep it up. Carvalho's coming on for Liverpool. Don't forget, we will have player ratings coming up for you as well. You can vote for those. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I don't think there'll be any 5s. I can't see anybody. That'll be an absolute shock. Could be a goal here. Bruno, come on, we've got men over. Where's the cross? Oh, the low. Bruno, shoot! Dived. You're going to get booked for that, mate. That is the biggest dive I've ever seen. Tom Daly be proud of that. Bruno Fernandes, sponsored by Speedo. I mean, I don't know what I think about that. That's the captain of the club. It's the biggest dive. I mean, I'm going to smile and give it him. But, yeah. Watch this from Bruno. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Even Delo goes, yeah, I can't appeal for that. He's treating the pitch like a swimming pool there. We can get him on the break. Oh, he's offside, Martial. He's offside. 2-0, 20 minutes to go. Keep that clock ticking. Keep it ticking. Talking about ticking, we're only 1,000 away from 450,000 subscribers. So please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, one last push. Let's see if we can hit it. Get involved with the United Stand. It's free to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Salah's in the box. He lays it off. Good block again, McTominay. And there was an offside anyway. Mark, you're superb. Always watch your content on every YouTube channel from Scooby-Doo Land. Any chance of a signed United shirt, says Daniel T. If I had a United Stand shirt to sign, I'd do it for you, mate. If we can arrange that, yeah. Refreshing to see a Man United man are actually using subs in a game for once. Also, just overheard Klopp. Apparently, the grass temperature is off, says Brody. This is Ferguson thinking. Attack starts from having a solid defence. Back four have been superb. Brilliantly led by Varane, says Marcus. Yeah, I think you drop Casemiro into that team where McTominay is, and it's a step up, isn't it? Oh, Rashford. Bit of confidence there. Found his way through 3 tackles, and the confidence is back as he blasts it over the bar. At least Bruno never gives up. Form is temporary, class is permanent. Let's have a look at this by Rashford. Gets past 1, gets past 2. Bit lucky on the 3rd one, and then bang. Tell you what, if that had gone in, it would have been one of the goals of the season. Best league in the world. Teams getting stronger each year. Is everyone just starting to suss Liverpool and Man City out now? No, Brendan, I actually said this at the start of the season. I think Liverpool and Man City are weaker than last year. You look at their benches and they're not as strong. They've both lost players that are key to them. And I think this is going to be a bit of an adjustment there for Liverpool. That's a good cross, but it's Varane again. Varane wins it and blocked. And blocked again by Martinez. He's gone down. Gone down. I think Martinez just caught something there. Hopefully he's all right. This game gives me hope we'll stay above the relegation zone, says Nemo. I love how passionate Martinez is, celebrating with Brown and co whenever they defend, says Benjamin. Ronnie must be jealous. He wants a piece of the pie. I think Ronaldo is very unlucky not to have started the game, but ultimately Ten Hag's made the right decision. I think putting Ronaldo into the Maguire and Luke Shaw category is just stupid. Like, Ronaldo was player of the year. But But Ten Hag's got it right. I didn't moan about Ronaldo not playing. I didn't agree with it, but I didn't moan with it. I didn't agree with Elanga starting. I didn't agree with McTominay starting. But ultimately, it's worked, and I'm glad it's worked because you want your manager to get it right, and he has. This is why many of us wanted Ten Hag, because he's a tactical coach. Varane again ahead of Salah. How did we start Maguire over Varane? Exactly. But you know, I think he's learned his lesson now. Varane's made it impossible for him ever to get dropped by Maguire again. It never should have happened in the first place, but he has made it impossible. Corner to Liverpool here. And De Gea gets it. I tell you what, I'd love it. I'll bloody love it if we get a clean sheet. Player ratings are open, by the way. I'm just about to whack the link in the description, but you can go straight to theunitedstand.com if you want to. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Of course, United's next game is Southampton on Saturday lunchtime, with their last game of the Premier League fixtures, but with the first one next week. We've got Southampton away on Saturday at 12:30. We'll be live for that. And then the Thursday after, we're playing Leicester on transfer deadline day, which is, I don't know why we're playing on transfer deadline day, by the way, but hopefully we'll have our business done by then. Into the box, Carvalho. There's still time for Liverpool to get something from this. We do need to be careful. Right, I've dropped the link in the video description. It's in the second paragraph because obviously we've got the competition. £800 voucher you can win with Boohoo Man. Links in the description for that, or you can go through the scanning the QR code. To enter, you could win an £800 voucher with Boohoo Man exclusively to you viewers today. The player ratings link is in the video description as well. Second paragraph for that. It's 10 minutes to go. The clock is ticking, and we're loving it. We're loving it. Let's go 25 past. Yeah, that'd be about right, to be fair. Still got 10 minutes to go. By the time I go live, 5 to... Yeah, that'd be right. Do you know who's on it? Okay. Trent's got it on the right-hand side. Cross comes in. Come on, it'd be lovely to get a clean sheet as well because I think the defence has been so good. Oh, did De Gea make a save there, or was that going wide anyway? Sorry for being stuck on Ghana. I can't find where he's been sold to. So he's not been sold yet, Slick, but he is going to get sold. Oh, it's a good save by De Gea as well. It's going in. It's going in. It's deflecting in. 2-0 up against Liverpool. Who would have gone with that? I said 2-0 to Liverpool, and I don't feel guilty about it at all. I think most Man United fans fancied Liverpool to win this. So the fact that we're winning it is testament. And De Gea again. Oh, no, they've scored. They've scored. Bollocks. What is Bruno doing? He's a bloody embarrassment. He's holding on to the ball. He's pretending he's been poked in the eye. He shouldn't be captain. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happened with the goal, but Bruno is a bloody embarrassment. What is he doing? I can't even understand how this goes in. Cross comes in. Delo heads it away. Fred... Oh, Eriksen's lost his man. Good save by De Gea, and then Salah's just in the right place at the right time. I don't think you can really moan about it. It's a great save by De Gea on the first one, but I don't think you can moan about it. I think it's just one of those. I don't really think there's anybody to blame. Maybe Eriksen a little bit. You know, this would be horrible. This would be absolutely horrible if we end up drawing this. Squeaky bum time. Deserved the clean sheet as well, really. Ericsson, come on, get a third goal. Over the bar. This could be Rashford, McFred and Bruno's 1 out of 10 game. Maguire should never start ahead of Varane. Let's stay focused. Ronaldo is going to come on. Glazers, Murta and Arnold out, says Raja. Come on, Ronaldo, get them boots on quick. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. We are very close to 450,000 and United are very close to, well, winning a game that nobody thought they would do, but also blowing a win that really we should have been comfortable with. We're inviting the pressure. Got to push that line up. Why have we gone so deep? We're inviting them into the box. Get them out. Varane wins another header again. Where's the bloody attack? I think ever since he took Sancho off and went to this four-man midfield, we've struggled. We've invited the pressure on too much. Get out. I'd take McTominay off. Get Donny on for the legs. Another bloody corner here. Oh, come on. Come on, get Ronaldo on. Get Ronaldo on for the corner. He's good at corners. Cross comes in. De Gea punches it away. Push out. Everybody out. Get offside. Yeah, that's wide. That's fine. That's fine. Five minutes to go. Ronaldo is coming on with Donny and Wan-Bissaka. He needs to freshen it up. Got to freshen it up. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. What's Bruno's obsession with the ref? He's caused more damage than help, says Angry Brit. I think he's in love with him. No, I don't, but if he was, he'd be very, very promiscuous because it would be any referee because he can't stay away from them. Donny coming on for 5 minutes. Delo goes off. Ronaldo's coming on for 5 minutes. We're 500 away from 450,000. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Interesting last 5 minutes. If you want to do your player rating, second paragraph, or go to theunitedstand.com. We'll be covering that in the match reaction. So it's Rashford, Ericsson and Delo off. Wan-Bissaka, Ronaldo and Van der Beek on. Probably would have done this 5 minutes before. I think Rashford was getting tired. I'd have took McTominay off as well, but we're probably keeping him on with the height. Will you be playing any more Fall Guys, says Aaron? It's not on top. It's not on the top of my list at the moment. I must be honest. Come on. Bit of fresh legs here. That's what it's all about. I don't think I've seen Scott McTominay since the sub, says Charlie. Yeah, he looks a bit tired to me. Liverpool are going to push now, you know. Joe Gomez, 4 minutes. How long is he going to add on as well? We're playing a very deep line now. I mean, it's hard to push up when a team's pushing and, you know, you're 2-1 in 5 minutes to go. It is hard to push a high line. I accept that. But I also don't like us inviting the pressure. Cross comes in. Martinez. Is that a goal kick? Goal kick. Good. Varane with a bit of cramp. I would imagine Anthony and Gakpo both are coming and Ronaldo is leaving. He's not the third choice striker at a mid-table team, says Sean Turner. Liverpool stand. Thank you very much for your super chat there. Thanks everyone who's tuned in. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Of course, we're back Saturday lunchtime with another game, but we're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 a.m, 2 o'clock as well. Lots going on in the transfer window, but you just feel if United don't get over the line here, the English crew sat together there, Rashford, Maguire and Shaw. That's something I want to talk about in the match reaction, whatever happens here. The breaking up of that clique tonight has been huge. This obsession that you've got to play the English lads in a Premier League side. You don't. That defence tonight, not one English person in the back five. We've been obsessed with it for years. You don't need to do it. I've never seen I haven't seen an organised centre-back pairing like Martinez and Varane for years at United. Years. Not since Smalling and Jones. Casemiro's going to do wonders with this team, says Reverse Clouds. Yeah, you'd see Casemiro dropping into the McTominay role, wouldn't you? And, you know, I mean, I think McTominay's done okay tonight. I'd probably give him a 6. Let it go. Well done, Martinez. Probably overreacting to the barge in the back, but... We've got to get the win here. What? About that? Yeah. Okay. What? Right. Ronaldo's got it. Shoots it over the bar. Bit greedy. 5 minutes of added time. Klopp's not happy. He wants 20. I'm not normally this quiet. I'm stressed. If we drop points here, it's completely on the Glazers. We should have already had our CDM, says Brody. I'd say Shaw is done with the performance of Malacia tonight, says Blink. Ken, thank you very much for the super. I'm a big fan of Luke Shaw. Here we go. Martial, he's done it. Oh, so unlucky. Bruno, come on, keep going, keep the pressure on. Free kick. Get up, Harvey Elliott. What's a red card going to do now? You've got 4 minutes to play. Get up. 5 minutes is going to feel like forever. Malacia, man of the match, says Charlie. I don't think he'll get man of the match, mate. He has played well, but if you've gone beyond, if you've gone off, I mean, for me, it's Varane by a very long way, but probably Martinez then Malacia. Oh God, there's another player gone down it in the face now. Bruno, we don't trust you, though. You've already dived loads. Wan-Bissaka clears it. This is very stressful, Ryan. 3 minutes to go. Another foul by Donny. But this is really important about the 5 sub rule, isn't it? Liverpool haven't really had a lot to do off the bench. I mean, Fabinho's come on, Carvalho's come on, but they haven't really got a lot on their bench. And Man City didn't have a lot on the bench yesterday. Pep didn't make any subs. But United, we've brought Wan-Bissaka on, Ronaldo on, Fred's come on, Martial's come on, and Donny's come on. I mean, whatever you say about Liverpool and Man City being the best 2 teams in the league, and they are, they don't have at the moment, they don't have the benches. And, you know, we've brought 5 subs on and it's half a team. Fresh legs. I mean, it doesn't mean we'll necessarily hold on for the win, but, you know, those fresh legs can make a difference. Cross comes in. Bruno heads it away. Nice play between Ronaldo and Martial wins a foul. Lovely play. Van Dijk helps him up. 2 minutes to go. Oh, Martial, that chance a few minutes ago could have been good. Don't forget to do your player ratings. Links in the video description. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Thanks everyone who's tuned in. Maybe this is the start of something for United and Ten Hag. Varane's been bloody superb. Martinez has been superb. We're 10 subscribers away from 450,000 as well. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And we're 90 seconds away from a win here. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Shout out to my cousin Tom. He's loving everything about the Glazer out movement, says George's. Shout out to Tom. I feel sick, says the Inquisition. Well, we've got a corner with a minute to go. I know we're crap at times, but we don't normally concede from our own corner. And in fairness, you just take it short. And we did. And we win a throw-in. Glazers out. Love it. Glazers out. Glazers out. Glazers out. Glazers out. Keep it going. Every day. Every day. $30 to go. Ronaldo. Well, that was a foul. If that wasn't in the box, Michael Oliver, that would have been a foul. You know, Ronaldo was definitely fouled. Come on, Fred. Pass it. Bruno, come on. Oh, fucking rubbish ball by Bruno. Rubbish header by McTominay. There's 10 seconds to go here. Foul on Bruno. That should be it. That should be it. Come on. Blow the whistle, mate. Ten Hag shakes his head. He's probably felt it tonight. Liverpool 2 points. Manchester United up to 14th with 3. Still a long way to go. But they've won it! Manchester United 2-1 against Liverpool. Not many people would have given us that. I wouldn't have given us that. Most United fans would not have given us that. But that is a fantastic result for Manchester United. Ten Hag, well done. Fantastic. He got it right today. Tactically, he got it spot on. Rashford takes the plaudits for once. He's had a bad 2 years. I don't think he was that good in the game, to be fair. I don't think Sancho was that good. But they got the goals. The team performance got the result. The back four was fantastic. And De Gea, to be fair, De Gea made some saves as well. So the back five, for me, provided the platform for us to win that game. Because in the previous 2 games against Liverpool, we've been battered because of the defence. So, you know, strong teams start with the defence, and United started with a strong defence tonight. Absolutely fantastic. Great to see Glazers out in the chat as well. That's what it's all about. In, out, out, out. Glazers out. Shake it all about. Get out. We want the Glazers out. But that's a grinding out result for Manchester United. It wasn't vintage United at the end of the day. Liverpool's midfield's weak because of injury, but we defended well. We took our chances, and you know what? It's a platform to build on, but we still need the Glazers out of this football club. Right, I'm going to be on the match reaction in about a minute's time. Make sure you join me over there. Player ratings, links in the description of that video. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Loads to talk about. Loads to talk about. I'll speak to you in a minute.